Sat Shri Akal and Adab. I, Vaishali Behel Arora, on behalf of NPTEL IIT Kanpur, extends a very warm welcome to all the dignitaries, deans, directors, faculty members who have gathered here for the North Zone Felicitation ceremony. This ceremony is conducted after every course run to recognize and appreciate your efforts as an SPOC in making the NPTEL, which is the longest running multi institutional indigenous project, a huge success. As Right said, the beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. I also take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to all the coordinators of 7 IITs and ISC Bangalore and the staff members who have joined us for this ceremony today. And for this, I would like to invite on stage Professor Satyaki Roy, the coordinator for NPTEL IIT Kanpur, Professor, Department of Design, in charge MTC, to please come on stage and give a formal welcome to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishali. Um, I take my turn in welcoming all of you. Uh, it's wonderful to see all of you every semester. So I mean, most of the members that I see have been coming here, but for the last 5 years, we have been doing these SPOC felicitation ceremony primarily at. Can I have a hand mic? Yeah, thank you. Audible? Yes. So for last at least 2, 3 rounds, people have been requesting us that why don't we do it at IIT Kanpur, and we said yes, we should now. Uh, so this time, of course, the weather is not conducive for doing anything here, but then because of the rains and other things, but still, I think it's a nice thing for all of us to meet at IIT Kanpur itself. Um, Little bit about NPTEL. It started back in 2003. Trust me when I say this, I've been here for almost 25 years now. This is one of the most successful multi-institutional project sponsored by, of course, Minister of Education that has survived for more than 2 decades. And I think it really is an excellent thing to have happened. Uh, Frankly, when we started this project, we did not know uh, the direction it's going to take. We just wanted to start, we started it. But over the last so many years, and especially after 2014, under the able leadership of IIT Madras, uh, the NPTEL has really reached heights. We have developed close to about, my figures can be slightly wrong, Bharti is here to help me out. The total number of courses which have been offered so far under NPTEL MOVES is close to about 6,784, right? And in these courses, since 2014, we have seen close to about 284 lakh students who have enrolled into these courses. About 44 plus lakh students who have registered for the examinations. And we have certified close to about 24, 28 lakh, 20, 28 lakh students who have been certified. The numbers speak for themselves. I think it requires a huge applause. And of course, in the last course run for which we have all met today, We had 700 plus courses, and we had about, I think I have the numbers here. 719 courses, which had about 28.2 lakh students were enrolled into these courses. And we had about 8.8 lakh students who registered for the examinations. That again is a huge number. Uh, the July course run, July to December, the current course run, we have 733 courses which have been offered. And enrollment has already started. We have 4 lakh enrollments already, and I'm sure this number will go much above this. In fact, in the last course run, we had about, as I said, 8.8 lakh students who registered. Out of that, about 6.5 lakh students come from the local chapters. And I think you all deserve, uh, you know, this particular project, I often say that wouldn't have been possible without such an active participation from all of you. Really thankful to all of you for being there with us. And yeah, I believe that's good as an introduction. We have with us all the coordinators. This time we had this project implementation committee meeting yesterday. So we have with us the ITM team, we have with us IT Kharagpur, IT Bombay, IT Roorkee, all of us are here. So I would first request Professor Andrew to come on the stage. He is the national coordinator for the SWAM project now. So I would request Professor Andrew to come and yeah.
Okay, very good morning to everyone here. Morning. So it's very nice to be here. In fact, it's been raining on and off, keeping the weather quite pleasant. We've been here for a couple of days now. On my behalf, a warm welcome to IIT Kanpur. And I would like to start by just recounting a little bit of history, and then I'll go into my slides and presentation. I think Satyaki started it, so I should say a little bit more about it. Way back in 2001, when this project was proposed and approved long ago, Professor Mangal Sundar, Professor Anand from IIT Madras were involved. And even at that time, Satyaki was involved. So he has been with the NPTEL project for nearly 25 years now, a long time. And we all have to be really thankful to him for his contribution to that. In the early stage of NPTEL, the courses were being recorded and they were put up on the website, and there was no certification as such, right, till about 2014. So in 2014, when we started the certification, I still remember the PIC meeting in IIT Madras when we were presenting this, and he was one of the first people to put up his hand and say, you know what, IIT Kanpur is going to do this, right? So the first time, there was one course from IIT Madras in the first time, right? And the second term itself, there was one course from IIT Kanpur. So it was just that interest and initiative that he had way back, and then in every stage of NPTEL as it went through all its stages, he's been such a strong force, and his presence has been vital. So let's once again put our hands together to thank Puti for his contribution. So I think in the historical account, and also very important fact is local chapters. So till about 2015 or so, NPTEL was sort of operating in what in electrical engineering parlance is called open loop mode. You know, what is open loop? We don't really actively collect feedback from what's going on. We just do what we think is great for everybody, and it was pretty good. There was no problem there. But when we started doing certification, we really strongly felt the need for closed loop feedback, quick feedback, proper feedback on what's working, what's not working. Is this the way to do that? Is that the way to do it? All these things we kept on requiring, and that's when this local chapter initiative started. Okay, so it's really a very simple partnership, and it makes a lot of sense in the context of India, connecting with colleges and universities across the country, connecting them with the IITs and the NPTEL project in a strong way. And today, we And we are really, really proud to look at how large this community has become this wonderful community of people who are all basically interested in education, right? So we're interested in learning, we're interested in actively promoting high quality, good learning among students, among faculty, among everybody. And that has resulted in this wonderful community. And this community is doing so many things today. I think while we present, you'll see how actively we're working with the community to do so many more things. And we hope to do several more things as well going forward. So at this point, maybe I should also bring up a few names and thank them. A few coordinators of NPTEL from IIT Madras, the person sitting all the way at the back is Professor Pratap Haridas. So he was one of the early coordinators in 2014 when the certification effort started. So he's now Dean for academic courses at IIT Madras. You can see he's on the phone all the time. Something or the other keeps happening all the time. And we also have the newer generation of coordinators from IIT Madras. We have Professor Niket Kaisare, so he's there. He's in chemical engineering. Professor Ramkrishna Pasumarthi is also there. He's the coordinator. Professor Vignesh Muthuvijayan, who's hiding behind the camera, is there already. And the youngest of coordinators, who's going to be the next generation coordinator, is here, Janaki Raman. So there is an open challenge. Anyone who can beat him in 100-meter race today will immediately get an NPTEL superstar rating. So you can't beat him in 100 meters. I'm telling you, he runs really fast. So we have the next generation of leaders coming into NPTEL as well. It's really wonderful to see. And behind the scenes, we have wonderful staff who've been helping us out. And all of you must know Bharti. So she's been heading operations for NPTEL for a long, long time. And really, she is the moving force that gets everything to work. And we also have wonderful staff with us from IIT Madras, Lakshmi and Divya. Maybe you can, hands are there. And the staff of IIT Kanpur, maybe they should stand up and be acknowledged right away. Vaishali, Lalti, I know a few of them. And then staff from all the other IITs, can we also quickly see them once? So they all play a wonderful role in seeing this. So in this moment, I think it's nice to acknowledge the history and the present of how we are doing this. Okay, so great to have all of you. So let's go into the formal presentation. Okay, so normally we go through a lot of data and then we do some, is there a slide change? Okay, not there, I can do it from here. Okay, it's okay. So, we're a little short on time today for various reasons. So, we're going to quickly run through the numbers as quickly as possible and spend more time talking about some of the issues and interact. Okay, so that's going to be how we'll do this. And there's also the distribution of awards and all that. That's going to happen maybe around 11:45 or so. So we don't have too much time. So we'll go through this a little bit quickly. Okay, so I think these numbers were brought up to you. So far NPTEL has created a lot of courses and the viewership is very high. And then it's it's a real claim. The claim that we make is one of the most successful multi-institutional projects that has lived for a long, long time. These numbers really tell their own story. The certification effort from 2014, Satiki walked you through these numbers. So it's been a large scale, high quality education effort. So these kind of things are hard to come by. They come by once in a while. So it's good to see these numbers rack up, and these numbers are continuing to grow every semester. So let's see. So anyway, this is the picture of the certificate. All of you know that. The new logo that's been added is the Skill India logo. And this is how the numbers have grown. Way back in 2014, we just did 3 courses. This semester, for instance, we're doing 733 courses. So that's how it has scaled up. And the number of people who are doing it has scaled up. Number of exam registrations has scaled up. It's continuing to go higher and higher as we speak. So, so last semester we had about 8 lakh people, 8 lakh 8,000 people register for exams. This semester exam registration is already going on. This 4,200 is really low. I think the number Yeah, so this is very old data. The enrollments this semester has crossed 28 lakhs. Exam registrations, I think, have crossed some 2.8 lakhs or so. Okay, so we're again looking at a very, very large semester going forward. Okay, so one of our strengths is we cover a wide area in terms of offering of courses. Any discipline you want, whatever you like, you'll find an NPTEL course in it. We don't leave anything alone in some sense. All the major areas are very well represented, and even minor departments have a pretty strong role in terms of offering of courses. If you look at the main three numbers that we keep tracking, main two numbers that we keep tracking, how many people attend the exams, about 90% attend the exam, and about 70% pass the exam. So these certification exams are reasonably fair in the sense that if you're sincere, you go through them properly, you learn how to solve the problems, you are going to pass it. It's not an impossible exam to clear. And the gender ratio is very healthy, 60-40. So one of the key aspects that has come up in the last few years, which has served as is responsible for some of the increases in the numbers, is credit transfer. And you can see the number of students who have done credit transfers is growing, and it continues to grow. And I think many of your colleges would be doing credit transfer, right? Is that correct? All of you are doing credit transfer in some form or the other, yeah. So I think that's one of the reasons for this increase in numbers that we are seeing. And you can see a lot of students who do it for credit transfer. Of course, a lot of faculty also write NPTEL certification exams, and that's for various other reasons. Okay, the number of toppers in our exams keeps growing. That's also a very healthy sign. And if you look at discipline-wise, which disciplines see a lot of courses being taken? Of course, computer science ends up dominating. After that is humanities and management and electrical engineering, etc. And you can see discipline-wise, the pass percentage and the fraction of people who register also changes. So if you look at like humanities, a large fraction ends up registering. Biotech also a large fraction ends up registering for the exams. And the pass percentage varies a lot. It goes as low as 57 sometimes, goes up to 85 sometimes. It varies a lot. Okay, so the 70% average that we saw for pass percentage depends on the field that you are looking at also. Okay, so we keep track of all these numbers to make sure that we're not missing out on anything. But some of the smaller disciplines where very few people are writing exams, the numbers tend to swing a lot depending on one or two courses here there. We can't look at it too closely. Okay, so these are the top 20 courses. Okay, so this is really nice to see that quite a few popular courses are there, and these courses see almost 1 lakh people registering to, enrolling in the course, and not 20,000, 30,000 people writing exams. And you can guess quite easily these are the computer science type courses, Java, cloud computing, quite a few computer science courses, and you also have some humanities, soft skills type courses coming in and increasing. ML, data science, all these kind of courses also are quite popular. Okay, so yeah, so and here again the registration percentage sort of varies, and then the pass percentage varies here there, and once in a while we have some surprisingly odd courses where the pass percentage ends up being very low. So we'll discuss some of these aspects when we have an interactive session. Okay, so here is one other aspect which has happened because of the increase in numbers, right? So because of so many local chapters spread out across the country in small towns and all that, there are places where we are under extreme pressure when we conduct exams. If you pick up some of these places, the NCR region maybe is okay, but if you look at so many other smaller areas also, like for instance Jaipur in Rajasthan, so you have 13,000 people who want to write exams there, and we can only do 1,500 exams in a session. So it really becomes a complicated problem for us to conduct exams today. The scale is really, really high. So we are figuring out what to do. So you can see what we are doing here. We are exploring more centers as much as possible to finish it within these 6 days. But then we may have to use additional dates. If the numbers go up very high, in some places we may have to use additional dates. And this is something that we are doing. And hopefully this will work out this semester also. Semester after semester, we struggle through and come up with centers as much as possible, and we're doing that. We also need your help in that. In fact, if your college can be a center, if you have enough computers, and if you're willing to host a center for the exam through TCS, we will be able to do some initial help in that matter. So please get in touch with the local chapter office here if you're interested in doing something like that. Okay. So maybe this point is this and the previous numbers that we had. So there are two things here which maybe we can have some interaction on. The first thing is, if you look at the pass percentage of some of these courses, these are top courses, but you can see some courses have 83, 96, 84 pass percentage, but you can see some of the courses have 38%, 25, 19, and here is a big surprising course which just had a 2% pass percentage. Okay, so this is one aspect about which it'll be nice to have some interaction. If you had any thoughts on why you think this is happening, is there something we can do to improve some of these courses? What do you think is the reason behind it? Did anybody here register for this course, Introduction to Artificial Intelligence, IIT Delhi? You did? Okay, so maybe you can tell us what you think is happening, or anybody else has some opinion on why is it that even some of the popular courses, right, like if you look at this course, right, which one, this, maybe the Introduction to Programming in C and Programming Data Structures Algorithms, it ends up having quite low pass percentage, 25, 19 and all that. So this is one aspect. Maybe if you had some thoughts, we could have a little chat on what do you think we can do. So is there a mic? You can, okay. So I think the gentleman there, he said he did the course. Whatever language you're comfortable in, you can feel free to speak.
Hello. Actually, this is quite complex course. The trainer is also giving so many complicated terms, so that is why there may be the reason for passing percentage.
Okay, but so for instance, the assignment questions were also very hard. It was difficult to solve the assignment questions.
Yes.
Every weekly assignment was also very hard, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And the final exam was also equally hard.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything?
Hello, sir. Dr. Umesh this side from Bennett University. Sir, I have done this introduction to machine learning in my PhD time. So that time, what I feel like as a PhD scholar, I was comfortable with this subject. But for a BTech student, it is difficult because we can say like we understand uncertainty principle. We already read DA and image processing terms. But when a BTech student just consider clustering or regression, so they are not encountered with mathematics. They just come with a class 12th. So they have a fear of mathematics. So the problem of probability and statistics and all these terms, so they have a fear. And the second thing is when I was cleared this exam, that time some of the questions come from the assignments. But nowadays, like last year, one of my student, I have attempted this. So there's that now scenario is completely changed. So now assignment is totally different, and the question is just like you can say
Very
open
new.
book challenge.
Okay.
So mathematical background for BTech student, I'm saying this thing. So it will be a problem.
Okay. Thank you. Any other? If you're facing any challenges in your college with exams where students are failing in large numbers, any suggestions on what is it that can be done? What you think is going on? Any particular intervention that we can do? Yeah.
Just two observations with respect to introduction to AI course where percentage is 2% only. Two observations in this case. One is this is course content is in form of the classroom teaching.
Okay.
So recording is not proper. Student are asking something which is not audible. Okay. And also course is a little advanced level. And second is that no PPT are given in that course. No PPT, only video recording, and that is not much understandable. That's why percentage is less, I think so.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So it need not be about this course. I just put it up to say that there are courses where students seem to be struggling. Any other course that you felt students in your college found it very hard, or any inputs on that would be great.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I have giving out my opinion on the subjects of introduction to IoT, and another one is introduction to machine learning. Actually, I have because there are two parameters in here. One parameter is the complexity, as sir shared, and IoT is the purely theoretical subjects. Content was good in both subjects.
There were no problems.
No problem in content, but the problem is that IoT is purely theory subjects.
So meaning that there's no problem solving involved in
Yes,
IoT.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
And one thing, most of the questions when I give an exam, main exam, so most of the question, 50% is coming from the assignments, and rest of the things is to be for content. IoT, when I given the exam in introduction to machine learning before COVID, I think, near this. So the actually the distributions of marks is not equally actually. Might be I remember the one question is very complex. It's I mean it would take 2 to 5 to 10 minutes, and it's only in a 1 marks. It's very complex and because sir familiar with this machine learning is to be taking too much time. And one question in the 4 marks. So I also scared like I'm clear or not that time. So the same things to be problem with as same points is there. Ki, same case student should be clear or not. And recently, so many students have attained the problem solving through programming in C, same subject. So most of the students have cleared, get the good marks, and some have the same issues. That's a little bit for student perspective, those who are UG course at undergraduate. So to be little bit to be at students level. This is my opinion.
But this one, the problem solving through programming in C is actually a very basic.
Very
sort of,
basics is there, but few students those are come from the Hindi medium. That's a problem there. But those who are very good score at they also in a fee waiver also. They are very good score. But those basically from completely from Hindi medium, they have a little bit problem in first year and second year. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I think there's a hand.
Very good morning to everyone. Sir, there is my request, a simple, small request. I also made that request on via mail and also tried to connect to the NPTEL representatives that after the exams, answer keys and attempted answers should be plotted on the student login or to SPOC so that the students who are getting failed, they should be able to trace out that where they are lacking. Or many times there are the things that we feel that this question is giving unsuitable answers, totally unsuitable answers. This was also my experience, my personal experience. And after that, I communicated to the representatives, and they said, no, there is no way to trace this thing. So my request to do in this domain also, a little bit efforts.
Okay, we'll consider
Thank
that.
you, sir.
Yeah, so that's an, okay, so the point he's trying to make is the question paper itself, along with the solutions, is not made available in public after the exam, right? So this is a policy which we have debated a lot. I think some faculty are comfortable with that. Some faculty are simply not comfortable with that. You know, I mean, they feel like the questions they generate, they're not, it's not easy to come up with new questions all the time. So they may repeat the questions too much, and then if people have already seen the question, then they're not being tested properly in the examination. So it is something that they feel it's very hard in some subjects. So we're not able to uniformly enforce it. So we do try to do it. So one of the attempts we make is what she was pointing out. I think one of the guidelines we give to faculty when they do question papers is about 40% of the questions should be similar to those in the assignment. So if you did the assignment, you should be able to attempt at least close to half the paper should be reasonable for you. You should have seen those kind of questions. And hopefully faculty are adhering to it. If they are not, then that's a complaint you can legitimately make. We'll be able to approach faculty and say, okay, have you done that? In fact, after they set the question paper, they have to sign off on that thing saying, I have asked about 40% of questions which are very similar to assignment. So that's one thing we do. And the remaining 60%, we try to tell them that make it a bit more reasonable. But in some subjects, it goes extreme. You know, sometimes it becomes really hard. Then it's harder to do that. So our hope is that should give you enough. Okay, so that's where we are.
Yeah, so just some clarifications. So when, with regard to setting up the question paper, we actually have 25 marks for the content itself, right? If you watch the videos, there should be at least 25% that comes from the videos. We call it recall questions. And then 50% is similar to assignments is what we give as a guideline. 25% is open questions where these are like challenge questions and test your understanding. So when they give us the question paper also, every question we ask them to tag saying, is it recall, is it assignment similar, or is it a new question? And the team does check saying what is the fraction in which they are giving it. Of course, we don't check with the assignments, but with whatever the faculty have done, we do it. Then after the exam, we float a G form, right? Saying that give all the discrepancies that you found today and tell us whatever is there. The team actually sits down and we spend about 3 or 4 days going through all of those questions, and we make a list of what people have repeated, which question they're talking about, and so on. And then we send it out to the faculty when they're doing the scoring part. And we ask them, these are all the queries raised. Is it legitimate? Do we have to do something, or is it okay? So it's not like the team will say nothing has been done, but on the background, this does go to the faculty. And then we have a scoring process. So in the scoring process, there is an automated tool we use for the scoring of it when the TCS gives us the response sheet, right? Every question, we will show the faculty saying, how did the top 10% of those who got the highest marks in the course have performed? How the class has performed, like the batch, the entire batch that has written, how have they performed for the question? So they do get saying how many got it correct, wrong from the class, how many got it correct from the top 10%. So more than 40% of the top 10% gets a question wrong. We give it in blue color to them and we say, now you explain to us why the toppers also didn't get it correct. So is the question having a mistake? Is there something else that's gone wrong? Is some other option correct? Please give us a reason of why this is being flagged for you. So when the faculty sign off, every question where we have this discrepancy that we note, where the toppers themselves are getting it wrong, they have to tell us whether the question is correct, whether there is something else, and every question, only if they do that process, we can even go off and sign off for the scoring. So there are internal checks and balances that we do, and at the end of the day, when we get these kind of, numbers, we do go back and also see on our side saying, why is this happening and whatever else can we do about it. But yeah, there are things we take into consideration. It's not like you'll write something and, the team sometimes will say, when they say, re-evaluate my paper after scores are released, final scores are released. That time, sometimes we will say, yes, it has all been checked, it's fine, because we have already done all of this when we have gone for the scoring. So we know that we have done all of this and we are publishing the scores. At that point, we say, yes, we have checked it thoroughly. But in the initial, maybe 1 week if you're writing to us, we do collate every single thing that comes on support, on the G forms, on the SPOC, whatever we get as feedback and all that. It goes back to the faculty, we do check it and then only release the score. So that diligence does happen from our side for the scoring part.
Okay, so yeah, I hope that, that he wants to say something. Think. Maybe you should use like, the people behind you. Not be able to.
Thank you, ma'am. But in some of the courses like computer vision for image processing, so in that subject, like all the quizzes assignment are numerical based. So that time suddenly matrix and all the numerical based. So what I understand, like directly student just select the choice and later on the answer is correct or wrong. So they just tell that okay, this is the third option is the correct or fourth option is the correct. But there is no perfect solution for that. So a student required that like if we get the solution, how we get that value or the matrix. So it will be comfortable for the student. So it's my suggestion, like when solution will be provided, so that time like the proper formulation and how the value is calculated, so it will be good for student. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, everybody wants exam solution. We'll see, we'll bring it up with as many faculty as possible. At the end of the day, we have to give that right to faculty. See what happens if we force this on them, and then they'll say, oh, this is too much, I can't offer NPTEL courses anymore. Then I think then the people who suffer are many more. So we have to sort of balance that carefully. Good courses when they come with a little bit more flexible on that.
Yeah, so one suggestion that we'll give, just like you were saying that they require a probability statistics background for the ML courses, right? The faculty who are recommending courses for students should, one, go through the content that we have, what level they are doing it. Assignment, anyway, we make it public, so you do have access to the previous assignments and all that. Would be good to recommend saying, do this sequence so that you can fare better in the courses, rather than maybe directly put a first year or a second year student into an intro ML course. Intro to ML, that course is actually a PG level course in IIT Madras. It's not an introductory course, it's called Intro to ML, but it's a PG level course and he does it very, very mathematically. So if you all go through it and then say, maybe do this, and then something else. For instance, there's an 8-week course from Kharagpur by Professor Sudeshna. That's a more introductory course. So doing that and then coming to this probably will ease out, the thing better. If there's some more math background to come to it, it might be better to do that. So would request that faculty in the colleges maybe go through the content. All the videos available on NPTEL website. So you all can go through the content, you can go through the assignments, you can see what is appropriate for your students to take. And we ourselves say not all our courses are appropriate for all the students in a class, right? The top 10% might be some are okay. The next set we'll have to give them something else. The next set we'll have to give them something else. So the whole idea of NPTEL is where they can choose what they want to learn and give them a variety of courses that they can't get within or something like that. And check their level, check their interest, check their, aptitude for learning certain things. And then you can tailor the courses for them. But many times we see regulations where it says this entire class will do this course, and it's a mega failure
So,
that happens.
A suggestion that came even in the Chennai SPOC meeting was for us to do some of these prerequisites. So for us to put down very clearly that this is, even though the title says introduction, this is not really, doesn't mean that no prerequisites are required. A lot of mathematics is assumed when they say introduction. In fact, the 2% pass percentage is called introduction to artificial intelligence. So a lot of people get misled by that introduction. The word introduction means introducing to a certain group of people with a lot of background. They already have a good course in probability and statistics and programming. All of that is assumed. And then even though they say introduction, it's introduction only to a special group. So I think that kind of thing is very important. And maybe this is one suggestion that came in the Chennai thing also. So we should try on the portal, maybe the team can note this down also, to say what are the strong prerequisites we recommend, and put it very clearly. Say that without these two courses, don't come to this. So I think we'll work on that. Yes.
And thank you, sir. In our colleges, we face the same situation because the title is introduction. The first year student generally opt the courses with the title is like introduction of artificial intelligence, introduction of C programming, introduction of machine learning. And when they go through the course, they feel that it is not for first year and they get failed. That is the basic reason. The title should not be like introduction, or the prerequisite should be very clear. Or somehow for the local colleges, for the local students, they are not qualified JE. There should be some prerequisite videos also will be there, because IIT level is different, and the local college student who is coming with a not qualifying JE is very difficult to get the something. So prerequisite, I suggest some prerequisite videos also should be there if NPTEL can provide for the basics of the student. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I think.
So I just wanted to suggest if we can have some courses on, let's say, prompt engineering or generative AI or open AI, the application part, not the technical part, for non-technical people.
Yeah, sure. That's a suggestion.
There's a course on responsible AI this time that we are bringing out from IIT Madras. It's a new course that has come. So responsible AI has come. I think generative AI, Jan 25, there is some proposal that is coming out. Maybe it will come at that time. But whether it's application oriented, I don't know. I only saw the title.
I mean, when
so we look
it'll say introduction to generative AI, and they'll talk about deep internal details of LLMs and all that. I mean, will it be for a general audience is something it's very hard to commit, but we'll try. We'll see if we can bring out a course like that.
Yes. So those students who have opted for credit transfer and they are not able to clear the exam. So re-exam should be there, sir, because otherwise their degree is delayed and we have to shift them to traditional examination of the university. Many times it happened that they had opted for credit transfer and they were taking NPTEL examinations and they failed, then we have to shift them to university examinations. So we could not give them credit transfer benefit.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is a problem that many colleges have faced, and we've given a series of guidelines and instructions on how to overcome that. Do you want to just quickly go through that?
I don't know what credit transfer guidelines are there in your university or your college that's following, but basically we have created a document based on our experience from the various colleges that have done it. So one of the things we say in the 7th and 8th semester, maybe diligently avoid credit transfer from NPTEL, right, and do not get them in. So many colleges do in the 2nd and 3rd year, and they also give an option. If you pass, you credit it, otherwise come into the course of the institute so that you can do it. And many colleges again do the supplementary or the makeup exam for those who are absent or fail in an NPTEL course, so that they give their own exam. They've done the course with us, you have the assignment scores anyway. You can do an exam alone, get them to pass and give them the credits for that, because we do not do the supplementary or makeup exam. So that would also be one other way to tackle this problem. So might be that you have to put that in your guideline itself. For those who are there, we will do the exam. do it in the second and third year and then credit it if you really pass it, right? That probably, and make the buckets open. We always keep saying this, don't mention course names and specific things. Keep the larger bucket open so that students can take what they want. For instance, this time we are bringing out a Korean course. The Korean 1 is coming, Korean 2 will come. It's a nice course. At least a lot of, K-turn drama series are coming. People might be interested. It's a good language to learn. So if they want to do it, why not, right? Rather than go all technical. Maybe learn Japanese, maybe learn Korean, maybe learn German. Those could also be options that they learn from NPTEL, not just, hardcore engineering and programming all the time. That anyway the college does. So these could also be options that you could explore, that they transfer credit, into your.
Yeah, that part is hard. I think if you're hoping they would do one particular NPTEL course, we are unable to do exams at will. You see the complexity of the exams. We'll talk about it immediately later. We're unable to do exams whenever we want. There's a difficulty in acquiring good question papers, and difficulty in acquiring centers and making sure everything happens to our satisfaction. So it's a little bit difficult. But like the ideas she suggested are perfect.
We have also faced same problem during credit transfer in MBA course. So what we have did that even I request to NPTEL also that is there any possibility, because for a university point of view and their examination team, they must need subject code and content, course content. So is it possible if NPTEL allows somewhat similar courses or somewhat percentage of similarity in the courses, so as like I'm opting for introduction to AI, right? And unfortunately my student got failed or unable to appear in the exam. In the next run, it might be possible a course like basics of AI or advances in AI. So is it possible to have some mapping of percentage of course content so that the university can consider second course instead of first?
So I think that's where the point she made was very important. So I think it's better at credit transfer rules, and whoever is framing the rules, to keep the rules a little bit flexible. You can, instead of saying this particular course is the only course we allow, it's better to say, keep it more open. I think if we can do that, then this problem goes away automatically. It feels like that is the correct point to fix this problem, not from our side and saying equivalence and all that. It's too difficult to do those things consistently. So better thing would be when you approve credit transfer for the students, whoever is doing that, the university authorities, board of studies, they have to be a little bit careful about these things, that it can happen that students don't clear it. And then what is the alternative? So think about possible alternatives at that point. And there are a lot of universities which have done it in a progressive modern way. It's not like everybody has done it in a strict way. A lot of people do it for open electives, and they make it open really.
We are also doing from last 4 years, but day by day problems are coming.
Yeah, so I think
it is a good platform to discuss the things.
I think this is best fixed if the university guidelines are changed to allow for an open set of courses. Then this problem goes away naturally.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Sharia. I'm from legal background. So the concern which I want to share is that, say for example, an introduction to artificial intelligence is concerned, it has a lot of intersectionality with prima facie, intersectionality with law also. So the student who is from a legal background, having limited number of courses, which is around 25 or so, sometimes falls for that thing, that introduction to artificial means a legal aspect also can be involved in that. But when he registers for that, he is completely devoid of it. So again, the title of a course like this, which also has some intersectionality with other disciplines also, should be prima facie cleared in the title itself, that there should not be any confusion as such.
So actually, if you see the introduction video, I think if you don't just go by the title, if you watch that 2 or 3 minute video, then usually these doubts go away. It will be clear, and quite often they would do that, number one. Now, another thing is, if you read the description of the course below, you will quickly understand this. Right below the course, if you go to the course page, there is a description. It says what are the contents and all that. If you read that little bit more, then you'll clearly know. I think the title itself can be very, very misleading. I mean, how do we convey everything in the title?
No, of course not.
Very hard. You have to see the trailer, which is the intro video. Then you have to see the entire content. Some few more things have to be done. That's the way. It's difficult to avoid. Yeah, because sometimes the title, somebody else will interpret it differently, right? If you do a communications course, there can be a visual communication student who will take it, but then it will end up being an engineering communications course. very hard to do.
I think one of the points that we need to seriously look at is, see, at times, of course, this short video introduction and even the contents could be slightly misleading for a student who doesn't know the background of the course requirement, right? So one of the suggestions which was really good is kind of mentioning very clearly the prerequisites, the requirements for the course. I think once that is done, then rest of the things will start
It's
falling
currently
in.
there. So, but what happens
It's
is,
there, yes. We
what
need to
happens
just
is when
highlight
an
it.
IT faculty says basic mathematics, they mean something. But that,
Yeah.
that's not, that is not very clearly conveyed to everybody who sees that. That is where the problem lies.
Right.
It's
So
just
that needs to be slightly.
right now we just stop there. We say basic understanding of mathematics or something, and then this goes to some other.
We are from MIT, and our concern is about the credit transfer. This semester, if you see, there are 30,000 students, those who have applied for the credit transfer. Now, what the problem of this thing, appearing in the examination, we are facing some issues. Say, for example, the students are there who has appeared in all the assignments, but somehow, because of some reasons, they are not able to appear in the proctored examination, or they are not cleared. So can't we allow them to appear in directly into the proctored examination in subsequent semester? Can we make such provision?
Yeah. I think if the same course is being offered in the next semester, that is allowed. You can
Right.
come directly to the exam. Your previous assignment scores will carry over.
So the previous assignment score can be protected,
Yes,
and the student can appear again for proctored examination. Yeah.
Assuming the course is being offered again in the next semester.
Even if it is not offered, then what?
Not offered. That's
Right.
where the difficulty lies. It's not
Because we
offered.
have a huge number, so this type of problem can pop up.
Yeah. So what we suggest in those cases is there are a set of courses which we repeatedly offer every semester, right? Is that correct? Yeah. And we go through a timetable, then the timetable is sort of published reasonably advanced. So I think the the choice of which course you do for credit transfer should be such that all these cases can be covered.
Right. So we have to make some
Yeah,
improvisation.
that is one
into-
possibility. The other possibility which I would suggest for really large numbers is, because you're going to get this case no matter whatever you do, right?
Right.
There is going to be a small fraction which falls into this bucket. So what I would suggest is, since the assignments, and so this is a suggestion I've made to many people, I hope people take this up. If they don't clear the NPTEL exam, the assignments and solutions are available.
Right.
So if, say, one of your faculty in a related area can put together a subset of questions from the assignment and administer that as an exam to the student in a controlled environment. You bring them to an exam hall, you administer it yourself, and then treat it as a supplementary exam and let them to get credit, and not, they won't get the NPTEL certificate, but they'll get credit in this mechanism. I think this, in my opinion, will nicely solve your problem.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Chancellors also in UP. So examinations, see, for us also, it really becomes a problem. You have to understand that for faculty members to offer courses every semester along with their other commitments becomes a difficult thing for us. But if the colleges can conduct the examinations on their own, for at least for these kind of students, then that actually resolves the problem to a large extent.
जी सर, मैं इसी संदर्भ में बोल रहा हूँ, ये जो परसेंटेज लो है पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट्स में, वो जैसे आप लोग बोल रहे हैं कि इंट्रोडक्शन देखना चाहिए सब्जेक्ट्स का, जो इंट्रोडक्टिव वीडियो है तो वो काफ़ी बेनिफिशियल होता है. जैसे कि मैडम जानती सर जानते हैं कि आई हैव डन मोर देन 46 कोर्सेज थ्रू NPTEL प्लेटफॉर्म एंड 4 कोर्सेज फ्रॉम स्वयं. तो इसमें कई बार ये बोल सकते हैं कि सिलेक्शन गलत हो जाता है. अब जैसे एक स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट का कोर्स है, तो काफ़ी हम देखते हैं स्टूडेंट्स में स्ट्रेस है, तो मैंने इस वजह से उसको किया कि अपन देखते हैं पहले कि क्या उसमें से फिलॉसफी है. तो हम इनिशियली समझे कि वो स्पिरिचुअल ज़्यादा होगा, बट उसमें जब उसको किया कोर्स को स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट के, तो उसमें स्पिरिचुअलिटी भी थी, बट मैथमेटिकल कंसेप्ट थे, केमिस्ट्री थी, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी थी. क्योंकि डोपामिन हार्मोन कब सीक्रेट होगा, प्लेजर हार्मोन कब सीक्रेट होगा, कब आपके एंड्रेलिन ग्लैंड्स विवश हो जाएंगी, मतलब कि कौन सी सिचुएशन में कि वो सीक्रेशन कर रहे हो अपने लिए हार्मफुल है कि बेनिफिशियल है. तो कई कोर्सेज ऐसे होते हैं कि स्टूडेंट पहले उसका, जैसे टीचर की भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, स्पोक्स की भी है, कि वो उसको पहले समझ लें कि उनका बैकग्राउंड उसके टुवार्ड्स है या नहीं. अगर नहीं है तो वो पहले से ही, जैसे कि लॉन्च होने वाला है, पिछले सेमेस्टर में लॉन्च हुआ था, तो उसकी थोड़ी स्टडी कर लें और फिर पूरी प्रिपरेशन के साथ जाएंगे तो सक्सेस निश्चित रूप से मिलेगी। थैंक यू।
Thank you.
Good morning. Sir, I am having one suggestion that NPTEL is providing lots of courses, okay? But there are some courses missing like research oriented or research which is specific to research like NDN, SDN. If such type of courses are introduced, then it will be beneficial for the PG students and also for PhD scholars. So if
Yeah, so we don't discourage people from doing that. There are some courses that are on offer which are strongly research oriented. If you have specific suggestions and requests, please email to us, then we'll try to find some faculty for it. But having said that, I'll also say that there'll be this pressure from the ministry on minimum number of enrollments, minimum number of exam registrations and all that. We have to balance that also. We'll do something on
okay,
this.
no issue, sir. Thank you.
Good morning. Myself, Dr. Kamlesh Sharma from Manavrishna International Institute of Research and Studies. Sir, by request, because as per new NEP, Indian knowledge system is a part of curriculum now. So we are looking if you provide more courses in that domain because there is very less number of courses. So it's a request from our side.
Sure. I think a relatively new area. I think such departments and units are coming up in IIT slowly. When as they get established, we'll get courses.
Thank you.
Morning, sir. This is Dr. Gurpreet from Chandigarh University. Sir, we had large number of enrollments for last 3 seasons, crossing 10,000, beyond that. So one observation is there are two. First is, could you please allow us, at times what happened, the academic calendar and the course enrollment does not synchronize. Now what happens, the semester has commenced from 5th of August and the courses which we are opting for credit transfer, the dates are, So one request is this, if we put up a list of courses that we are going for these number of enrollments for the credit transfer, you must allow us to give at least 1 week or 1 more week to enroll the learners. Second is coming on to the examination. In one of my last July, December 23, one of the course was from CS. Number of passing percentage was less. So university examination is one option, but learners want to be certified that. But this course was not offered in the January to May. Can a request from a institute goes only for the examination? Only for the examination. Only for the examination.
Okay, we'll try that.
Because I'm very thankful to you for making university as a center for examination. So that will also, encourage the learner to go for certification.
Okay. Thank you. So write to the local chapter.
Okay. Ma'am, if syllabus will be more descriptive, so we can easily map with the the university syllabus also. Because sometimes like in some of the courses, what we have noticed, just headings of, for example, introduction to machine learning, supervised, unsupervised, directly 3-4 main heading was there. So we are unable to explain to the student like what syllabus will come. As already, previous faculty already said that when some student will fail, so that time we allow to the student, you can give the examination of, our university exam. So that time they said, which syllabus will come. So that time we are unable to explain. If you get the descriptive way syllabus of NPTEL, or transcript is there, but initially we have enrolled software engineering course, some of the students. So in this time they have mentioned some of the main headings over there in the week wise. But in the university syllabus we have a descriptive way. So we cannot map the whole one.
Just a couple of points that I wanted to add. So when you're looking at any of the courses, just after about the course and about the summary, there is intended audience, prerequisites, and industry support. Okay, especially for courses that say introduction, please look at intended audience. If it says UG/PG, it doesn't mean that it's introductory for UG. It basically means that it's introductory for PG, but good students who are in their say 4th year of their PG might also find it reasonably okay to do the course. The other thing is prerequisites, and again, with some faculty, they assume a certain quality of students and so on. But when it says prerequisites, just look at carefully at what the prerequisites are. For example, prerequisite is some familiarity with programming and probability and statistics. So the probability and statistics will not be like coin toss and so on. It will be a little bit more than that if it is PGUG written. So, so those are the things to be really careful about. And then about the final suggestion, in my own course, for example, I had very descriptive description of all the course content, and 3 years back I actually made it abridged because it was too much and people were not reading it. So I actually, went the other way. So that's actually a good suggestion, but most of people may not actually read when we have very detailed course description. So the descriptions are more put in bullet point for each week. So that's how we have been doing it.
Yeah, I think maybe on the portal it should be bullet point, and then maybe
on the website we can
downloadable version which has for better description.
So Lakshmi, we have the concepts covered for every video for the recent courses of at least the last 4-5 years, right? But we are not publishing it anywhere. But not on NPTEL
Not
website.
on the NPTEL itself.
Maybe we should make a document and do that. Make note of it, no? We'll get this done. And with regard to the, one is of course the course start dates, exam dates and all. Like we keep saying, right, this, I think every SPOC workshop, we always say this. So we have already booked exam dates with TCS till 2026 November. So we have our exam dates for 25 Jan semester, 25 July semester, 26 Jan semester, 26 July semester, because otherwise we don't get dates. In fact, when we changed from 4 to 6 days, we couldn't get the second weekend. We had to struggle so much. In fact, this time if you see also, we are kind of going before and after Diwali. There was no other choice. We didn't get any dates when we had to expand, and this is the best we could do. So now we booked for the next 4 semesters also. So once we are booked, there is no going back. We cannot change schedules because we will not get exam dates for the tune of 8 or 10 lakhs that we are now doing exams. So which means all our course start dates, our end dates, everything gets fixed much ahead. We have the calendars. In fact, in the timelines document on the website, it is published. So when colleges request us, please extend enrollment, and our courses have started on July 20th. Yesterday, we have released week 4 content. Week 1, week 2 assignment deadlines are over. Week 3 assignment deadline is coming now. So for the student, we feel if they come in week 4 and they're going to now see 4 weeks of content, when they struggle even seeing week on week content when they're enrolled from the first and they're not able to cope, it is really not fair to say that they can come in at that point and we permit them, just because it says. It looks like it's not just on our part to permit them and then get them to do it and they feel stressed and all that. Rather we say, don't get them into the first term or the first semester of the college, right? They can start from the second semester. No hurry, NPTEL is not going anywhere. We are going to keep conducting courses. First semester, let them come to college, let them settle in, and then they can come in from second semester onwards to NPTEL. So many colleges write to us, our first semester students have not come, admissions are not over, please open means we are releasing content. We are not going to pause it for you. We cannot delay it. We cannot postpone anything. We cannot reopen assignments. And normally going by the trend of the NPTEL course, the first 4 weeks, if you do assignments, you will get higher marks, right, for catching up for the 10 out of 25. The further you go, it's going to get more complex. So better students do the first few weeks of assignments. So if they miss that, it becomes very difficult to catch up. Finally, they may do the course, they won't pass. They will not register for exam, or they may register again, they won't pass. No point in doing so. We are kind of rigid there to say we will not do it unless some college is, really asking and saying we will manage, we will do it. Then we say, okay, these are all things we are going to say, but if you say beyond that, we'll keep it open just for you or something. So we would really recommend look at our timelines, see what aligns for your students, which your students it aligns for where, and we open enrollments by May. Mid-May, we are open for enrollment. So at least the previous year student should enroll in May, June. The incoming should enroll in June, July, August. That's something that we also hope for, rather than coming at the last minute. So something to keep in mind is the content has passed and might not be a good idea to get your students into our course in the 4th week. That's not something we recommend at all.
Yeah, so what we try and do in those cases is before they go off from the previous semester itself, we have to somehow get them registered for the NPTEL course if possible, sometime in May, if they go as late as May. But if they are going to be away on May, June, July, and August, then that's very hard. I think that may not happen, right? Maybe they're there in May.
First year comes.
First year is very hard. I mean, it's very difficult to do. But higher semesters, then you can do that in the previous semester itself. So that I would really encourage. Or today, everybody is connected. Even though they go away, hopefully they'll check something and then you can get them to register from their homes. If that works, that would be also a possibility.
Sir, Sir, I have one question. This time the 12-week examination is falling with Diwali. In the last semester the exam was with Holi. So our student went for holidays for a week, and it is very difficult to appear in the examination because a student residing in the Jaisalmer, but exam center is only Jaipur or some 1 or 2 cities in Rajasthan. So it is very difficult to travel for 10 hours or 12 hours for particular due to the festival season. Please avoid it for 1 week or 2 weeks. So it will be better for us.
It's so easy to say, sir. I think you should conduct an 8 lakh person exam successfully and then do it once. You saw what happened with NTA and NEET and all that. It's really, really hard to do these exams. And like she mentioned, dates are very hard to come by. And even though it seems time, so there's lots of flexibility. Like instead, if they're going to go back home, they know for sure that they are home at that time. They can pick the exam center as their homes. They need not come back to the college and write that exam. It need not be done that way. That flexibility is there. And on top of that, it's one festival in your life. I think it's okay to miss that a little bit.
This is from the student perspective.
Yeah.
They generally mail us regarding this case.
It's okay to miss that once in your life. It doesn't hurt too much. And we make sure that we don't do it on the day of the main festival. Like the holiday that the central government declares for those events, we will never do the exam on that. But outside of that, when it comes on the weekend, we are really hard pressed. We try our best to avoid it. It's not we want to do it, but when we don't have any other option, we go for it.
Sir, the timeline of the NPTEL is very clear. The calendar is very clear, but the timeline of the SWAM is not clear. And our student, last time some of the students didn't get the OTP from the NTA, and they appeared in some subject, but lastly we organized exam for them student because they didn't they didn't get the OTP. The subject name was Python, the programming Python from the some CEC course. That is from the CEC body, not from NPTEL. NPTEL is fine. They give the calendar, they give the everything, but SWAM is, there is no calendar for some SWAM.
Now I think there is some calendar. Right?
No, sir.
I don't know. It's not there.
No,
is it?
no, not there.
Okay, we'll bring it up with. Yes. Oh no, there's somebody else. He wants.
Just a minute. Sir, like we have courses on research methodology. What I wanted to suggest is that specifically for faculty members, if you could have a course on writing research papers.
Writing research
papers, because there's no specified course for that. And also advanced research techniques like structural equation modeling. Now these require some software. So if you could also provide a trial version of the software for the duration of the examination, the course, say 12 weeks or so.
Okay, sure, good suggestion.
Research writing by Anuradha ma'am. I have done that course. That covers everything related to research paper writing, introduction to different softwares. That is a very wonderful course and often offered in various semesters. So there is this one course that is very good.
Great, you already have an answer. Okay, thank you. Here, I think he wanted to say something.
Ma'am, now NPTEL is going. Colleges are being connected.
We can't hear you, sir. Can you?
Yeah. Colleges are being connected with you. Is it not possible people from NPTEL also should come to the colleges, try to understand how their academic section and they work, so that their difficulties and our difficulties they should understand and try to make a flow chart. How should we go for it? Because like practically if you go to the bank, they have a relationship manager. They take care of the problems that their client is having. I think I'm able to convey.
Yeah, but don't we have our channels of communication? Is it not working for you?
Yeah, but it's not only the talking that is possible. It's coming and seeing what is, because how the data has been to be transferred and how the student has to be initiated to start enrolling from the May.
Okay.
Because you have a different system and the colleges, they store the data, especially their marks and awards in their system. They don't have any interfacing related to them. We find such difficulty. See, it's easy to say students should enroll from May. Is it possible? Just come and sit and see to the colleges.
Sure, we'll try.
So last, actually what has happened is pre-pandemic, we have been conducting these physical workshops. But uske baad, what happened is mostly we moved on to, online workshops and all that. The point is very well taken. I mean, ground realities definitely in many places are very different from what we can state from an air-conditioned room here. I mean, I've personally visited colleges where I know that students travel about 15 to 20 kilometers in their bicycles, and you've seen it. And who come to the college, there were colleges where there were about some 1,200 students with 2 faculty members, and 3 of their classrooms had just projection systems which were running NPTEL lectures. We do understand this thing. It just what happens is, just like you, we are also teachers. We have many other commitments in the institute also. But we'll definitely try to again perhaps start this workshop. Definitely, definitely.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Irfan from Echelon Institute of Technology, Faridabad. One course is very sought after, that is digital marketing, and this is available on CEC. So basically my university, which we are affiliated to, they insist on NPTEL courses. So we also convey this message to our students to register for NPTEL courses only. Since this digital marketing is not available on NPTEL platform, so we ask them to register on CEC. So that is a bit difficult because the portal of university is having the codes of NPTEL courses only. So either we separately ask them to upload the code, and then only we can register, upload their credits. So that is pretty difficult. So my suggestion is there should be one digital marketing course from NPTEL also, at least for 12 weeks. And I think IIT Roorkee is having one digital course, but that is with the third party, and it is not available on SWAYAM. That may be.
Okay, we'll try and approach IIT Roorkee for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. Sir, student if fail in any course and he or she wants to reappear it. So is it possible to relaxation with either assignment or fee relaxation? Because most of the times students said this thing. Is it possible if reappear it? So fee relaxation or assignment? So
I don't know. I think the assignment thing we do give, right? I think the previous, if done it in the previous semester and the exam comes in the next semester, you don't have to do assignments. The same assignment scores carry over.
And what
that
about
happens.
fee? Any fee relaxation?
So the fee relaxation is really difficult. So see, what happens is the exam fee that we collect, if you remember, it was fixed in 2014. And we have not increased it from that time.
If
so that's one. Let me
student
tell you a little bit
reappear
about the fee. So, and what happens after that is almost all the fee is given to our exam partner, and he's who's conducting the exam. It's really, really hard for us to give a rebate. And every time we book a seat, that's the cost we incur. So it's not like it's in our hands to give that rebate, but we do try. There is some rebate that we do try
if
to
reappear,
give.
otherwise.
Yeah, but it's really hard. That part is really difficult for us.
One more thing, madam, is it possible to 8-week and 12-week exam date will extend? Because most of the course exam date is 15th or 16th.
So actually previously we used to have this 12-week exam date registration as 2 months into the course. But then as the numbers are now increasing and it's becoming like, see, we had a jump from 5.2 lakhs to suddenly 6.9 lakhs, which we didn't realize it will happen. But it happened for us, and then we have to scramble for another 1.5 lakh seats over dates, right? And then from 6.8 we became 8.3 or 8.4 last time. So this jump, when we don't know and we can't predict, it's very difficult to get it with the exam partner in a time of around 4 weeks or something. And in cities where they don't have capacity for us to plan additional dates, for us to plan some other city and all, it's difficult. So we moved it, in fact, 4 weeks ahead, and now we are saying the 12 week will also go with the 4 week. That's why we have now kind of done it. The max we will be able to give it is Monday, I think. We have put it as Friday, but only Monday we will do, because we need at least 2 months time to consolidate, do all these allocations, get. Lot of colleges are now writing to us and saying we want to be centers. So by the time we send it to TCS and the process, they take such a long time. So we have to keep on working with them to say, can we enable centers and all. It all takes time, sir. So this we are not going to extend beyond Monday. Monday will be the last day that we have. So one thing I want to say, we have only 2.8 lakh registrations as of today. So I think the numbers still have not come in at all, which should be close to around 6.5 for the first set. And we are waiting for those numbers to come in. Please ask people to register. I think the WhatsApp is going out today from our side to all those who have done assignments, which is about 10 lakh people. So we have sent them saying, please register to exams and complete your registration now. So
Oh, look at this active. Satyaki has already found a digital marketing course for you. So he's going to have, they're going to offer it soon. You'll have.
Yes, hello. Yes, sir, if it's possible that for metropolitan cities, fee waiver option is there. Actually, some of the students are from weaker section. So if
So yeah, we do ask for tier 2 cities as a rule, but if your college is specifically admitting students from lower income levels, you can write to the local chapter support email, and they will consider that. They will look at it closely and then come.
Or,
Please write to the local
sir, some of the students are registering that at the time of registration, they are feeling that they are not shared with the college. The result is not shared with the college. But when the result is out, they are claiming for this credit transfer. So it's difficult for us that how can we transfer its credit? How can we verify one by one their results?
So two things we're doing. One is if students, faculty, whoever registers with a domain email ID that the college provides, right? So for instance, if you have at amity dot something that is there, and whoever registers with a domain, now we are saying we will show your data to the SPOC irrespective of whether you say yes or no, because you're using a college property, and that is the rule. But if you come in with a Gmail or a Yahoo or something, we also don't know what they put. So what they put as data is what we also believe. We can't map them back to somebody else. And at that point, if they say, I don't want to share, we don't know, maybe they're just doing it for their private thing or whatever. And there is also a window where we allow students and faculty or all learners to basically change their status from not sharing to sharing. And we push it back in and we reappropriate all the data on our side for that. But in that window, they have to give us that particular thing saying, I want to share it. So these are the things that are currently working. So one is, if they use the college domain ID, we will map it to the SPOC. You will see all data irrespective of what they do. In that window, if somebody has not done, ask them to share it and be more strict maybe about it, saying, if you don't share it with us, I won't credit your course, right? Those are things maybe you should do. But if they are coming from a private email ID, then at that point, we will, whatever data they put, yes, no, and everything, we will only adhere to that.
But
we will not.
It appears, I
map
think, this issue came up in a couple of other SPOC workshops as well. But it appears what students and even faculty want is they want to register
Faculty definitely,
without saying anything, and then if they pass, then
they want to show it. Yeah.
So I think that is the thing. They don't want to say, if they share with you and then everybody finds out that they didn't clear, they feel ashamed about it. And I think that's where the crux of the problem is.
So especially a lot of faculty were saying that we don't want to do it till I can tell my college that, you know, I passed it. Students, of course.
Maybe some people here are already doing it. I mean, I see the smiles in their faces.
Yes. So with regard to the exam fee, sir, if they have registered for an exam till the date that there is a cutoff, if they cancel, then we refund the money, they don't be there. But if the date is crossed, then we know that we have to provision a seat for them in the exam partner where we have to pay them and get the seat. So in that case, the expense is made whether they come for the exam or not. In that case, that's why we can't relax or we can't reuse this fee for the next exam or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay.
To show that detail on the SPOC login.
Hmm. Yeah, but I think we showed, Divya, don't we show the SCST category in the SPOC login for the students? They are saying no. Open your login. Show it to me.
We can check on that. If that's is not there, we can add that. That is
So
okay.
for the fee waiver, we directly remove them and only show you the others, because for the SCST category, we have already given a 50% off. So for the CSR waiver, we do not consider them. List, I don't know. List we'll check on whether we have it or not. Let me just check that. Okay, so you're saying they paid 500, but they've not uploaded the certificate, and there's an issue with it which we flag off, right? Okay. Yeah, correct.
They can follow up on that.
Yeah, we are blocking their results otherwise.
Maybe the status that you have to check is people who have paid 500 and not uploaded the certificate. Is that being shown in the SPOC?
Yeah, whether we are flagging that the certificate invalid, no? SCST certificate
Invalid
inside the
certificate.
SPOC login.
You have to flag that in the SPOC log.
Note
that
it,
you,
no?
that you may
Let's
not
show
be
that.
doing. That's what he's asking. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
He's got the mic. Wait.
Yeah. हेलो सर, यहाँ पर जो कोर्सेज की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी की बात हो रही है, इसमें प्रीरिक्विजिट्स की भी बात हुई थी कि NPTEL में मेंशन किया रहता है कि ये आपके प्रीरिक्विजिट्स हैं, प्रायर ज्वाइनिंग दिस कोर्स यू शुड हैव बेसिक नॉलेज लेवल ऑफ दिस थिंग. क्या हम लोग इसमें उस कोर्स के जस्ट नीचे इन द सेक्शन ऑफ प्रीरिक्विजिट्स कुछ वो दूसरे कोर्सेज को मेंशन कर सकते हैं, उसका लिंक, जिससे कि स्टूडेंट्स जब देखें,
that's what we are working on. That's exactly what we are working on.
तो उनको पता चल जाए कि मुझे इससे पहले इसको करना है, तो दे कैन क्लिक ऑन दैट एंड दे कैन फर्स्ट ज्वाइन दैट कोर्स एंड आफ्टरवर्ड्स दे विल कम बैक.
We are working on exactly
ये बहुत
that.
इजी हो जाएगा फिर हम लोगों के लिए स्ट्रीमलाइन.
Sure. Yeah, we'll work on that exactly.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, in NPTEL, total number of enrollments are there and total number of registrations are also there. But in case of SWAYAM 2 courses, total number of registrations are not there. Means how many candidates have registered. And moreover, the number of enrollments is not also clear in SWAYAM 2. It took the data, those who have filled the exam form 6 months back. So as far as SWAYAM 2 is concerned, number of enrollments and number of registrations is not very much clear, and moreover the exam schedule, that is not also much clear. Sometimes they fill the they do the enrollment, but examination is not there for SWAYAM 2 courses. This is my concern.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll pass on this feedback. What happened to the mic? The other mic, oh, they have it. So it's coming up close to 11 o'clock, so maybe we'll take a few more questions and stop. Yeah? Is that okay?
One suggestion is if we can have some more courses which may be project based, like Coursera has these courses in collaboration with IBM or SPSS or PLS. So if we can have those kind of courses where the student is required to complete a project at the end.
Okay. So we'll take that into consideration. Wherever possible, we'll try and do that. It's a
And
little
so,
harder in scale. We'll try and do that.
One more, regarding this credit transfer part, maybe at some future point of time, you could have an interface with the colleges which agree to credit transfer, and maybe some kind of system whereby their credits are automatically transferred to the university.
Yeah, so
At
this-
some future point of time,
Yeah,
it can
something
be.
like that is being worked on. It's a little harder, but they are working on it. This is going on, definitely. So we do a lot of things around that. Like we do some things called lab workshops. So those are, I mean, not plentiful, but few of them are there. So not so many maybe.
I have just one request. Please add some more courses of management for domain certification. There is only one marketing domain. Please add some in general management or HR part also.
More
Just-
HR.
How many
yeah.
domains do we have, Lakshmi? Finance also is up, right?
Marketing maybe is not.
Marketing is up. We
It's
have
already
it.
there.
Marketing is there long back.
Marketing
Marketing
is
is
there.
up.
Marketing
HR
is
is
there.
coming now. We have completed. Finance, I think we have. Can you check what we are live on?
We're working on it. We'll work on it.
Thank you.
1 week, 2 days. Friday se we are doing Monday now.
So can be applicable previous means like suppose the date is 28 for example, and it will be extended to 30. So they said that we will do the reservation according to the 29 or 28 night. So I'm asking like the student query, they said that sir, can be extended to 30 only, or we can give 28 or 30 both any time.
You're saying the final exam date, right?
Yes, final
Okay, so in 90% of the cities where we can accommodate the students for that course in that city on that date, we complete exams. So our goal is also to complete exams on 6 days. But in some places like we were seeing Chennai or Delhi or something like that, we cannot do it irrespective of however we can try to accommodate the nodes. So if we require like 10,000 seats that day in Delhi, we get like 4,000 seats, which means for the 6,000, we have to do one more date of exam.
So
in that case,
1 week before you tell to
one, yeah, we do that even 2 weeks before. Last time we had done it, and we talk to the colleges for getting their concurrence. So wherever bulk colleges have registrations, we talk to them and say, all your 200, 400, 600, we are going to move to this date because we don't have seats. Hence, can we do it on Friday so that they can get a permission from the college, and we don't put the individual learners onto this. We talk to a couple of colleges and move them. This will be done 2 weeks ahead. That's why we need to close the form now, because TCS will take at least 3-4 weeks to give us the seats, and then we start negotiating on additional dates. We have to talk to colleges, we have to change the dates, and all that thing will start before we go in for hall tickets. So if we are changing, we will tell you definitely 2 or 3 weeks, and the colleges that have bulk registration mostly will move, where we will inform the SPOC, get the consent of the SPOC, and then only do it for date change. Okay.
Okay, just one last question before we carry on. Anyone? Or is it okay? Everybody's happy? Yeah, okay, maybe one last question.
सर अगेन मेरी साइड से कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है, ओनली लिटिल बिट क्वेरी एंड सजेशन कि जो स्टूडेंट्स का कोर्स का हम लोग लेते हैं कि एमबीए कर रहा है या बीटेक कर रहा है, एंड विद दैट वी टेक द रोल नंबर ऑफ दैट स्टूडेंट. सो डेटाबेस में क्या हम लोग इस रोल नंबर को प्राइमरी की अगर ट्रीट करके ऐसे मैपिंग कर सकते हैं कि कॉलेज को ऑटोमेटिकली जब सारे फॉर्म्स फिल हो जाएं तो कॉलेज के पास ऑटोमेटिकली पहुंच जाए कि तुम्हारे इतने स्टूडेंट्स ने हमारे यहाँ एनरोल किया है ये कोर्स, मतलब मीन्स because roll number is a primary and unique all over India of all courses.
Yeah, so you're saying make the college roll number the mandatory, but it's the NPTEL courses and SWAYAM certification is not limited only to students. It's anybody can do it.
Sir, but sir, we are
the only reasonable way in any web application
on
is
the
email address.
Part of the college we are focusing on the number of students.
But what we do is the roll number comes in the profile information, and that roll number is shared with the SPOCs. In fact, we have added so much detail there. So if you log in as SPOC and see the data, you'll see the roll number.
No, I am saying that student ने yes किया या no किया शेयरिंग से उससे कोई मतलब नहीं. अगर उसने रोल नंबर डाला प्राइमरी की से AI आपके तो सॉफ्टवेयर होते हैं IT के.
That's what she's saying. So if the
वो आ जाए
student
हमारे
is
पास
using
ऑटोमेटिकली लिस्ट आ जाए.
If the student is using the college given email ID for registering,
yeah, that's why I am suggesting.
In that case, so in that case you can.
उसने कॉलेज का डोमेन भी नहीं लिया है, उसने Gmail
से किया है. He's saying if there's no domain email ID, if there's a roll number and they can give the roll number, for that also can you map it to the college?
The roll number should be made as
the roll number is there, then you should share with the college.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the pattern, I don't know, it's very different. We have seen. I'm not
anyway,
seeing.
We'll discuss this and come back. I'm not clear if it can be done.
Means like AI based softwares हैं आजकल, तो स्टूडेंट ने सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने जितने भी हैं जो भी कोर्सेज के उन्होंने अपना एक रोल नंबर एंटर करना है. MBA का है.
No, I understand what you're saying.
And we share the database of our college students to you. Then only the need
no,
is that,
we don't want databases of college, sir. We are happy with what we have.
No, ma'am,
we'll
not with
with
you, with your
sir,
software.
let me warn you,
with
please don't share the database of your students with anybody, right? So
no, sir, I'm saying that
don't do that so easily. It's not easy to share.
They will be sharing with your software only.
Yeah,
that
I know,
database.
Software we all have access.
Software will give us the
there are
reward
a lot
answer.
of privacy laws, sir. We have to be very careful about it. So let's not do.
But we'll see if there are any patterns in the roll number.
So
if
one
there's
thing
something
what
we can
do is
take,
if the person has indicated the roll number, even if they indicate the roll number, that's not consent. See, I need consent from that person saying, I'm okay with sharing this data. Without that, we cannot do it. There's a legal issue here, right?
सर आई एम सॉरी टू से अभी थोड़ी देर पहले बात हुई थी कि स्टूडेंट ने येस किया नो किया, अगर उसने कॉलेज का डोमेन दिया है तो वो कॉलेज की प्रॉपर्टी है, हम उसको यूज कर रहे हैं, आपने कहा था मैं शेयर कर दूंगा.
If you use email ID, that becomes
सर
possible.
रोल नंबर इज ऑल्सो सर उसकी पूरे जीवन भर उस मार्कशीट पर कॉलेज का नाम रहना है.
Okay. Anyway, we'll come back to you. We'll have to discuss this internally. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, that changes. It may be college, maybe university. It's complicated. Roll number is a slightly complicated entity. It's not as simple. See, yeah. No, it cannot be done. See, any unique ID we should be able to verify first, right? So, email ID, I can verify that it's an email ID. I can't verify the roll number against anything. So, this cannot work.
And again, if they use some other email ID, we are not sure. So what all conditions can we
Yeah, quite often I think they don't even say they are from the local chapter.
They choose
They
something
just
else.
do it individually and then they can change that later.
Yeah, but they have to choose if they want credit. No, it's up to them, right? It's their responsibility, right?
Yeah, it cannot be verified.
It is editable till the enrollment is there. That is always there. That is also there. Till the form is live, it will be there.
Okay. Okay, so I think we can wind up the discussion. Thanks for all the points that were raised. It was very nice to hear all your comments. I'm going to invite Bharti to come and take over the rest of the presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, so there are a couple of new initiatives. I think we have 45 minutes before we'll go for the distribution of awards and felicitation. So we'll just probably, walk you all through the new initiatives that are there. Some of course, old, but they are growing, and some of them are new that we have started this time. So we'll probably just walk you through that, and then we'll go to the last part. So this is the problem-solving sessions that we have in many courses. And these are done by the PMRFs. So the PhD students in various institutes who are also getting some additional, because they do really well, they are called PMRFs. And they have a teaching load of about 50 hours per year that they are supposed to do. So these PMRFs for the last, I think, 4 or 5 semesters now have been kind of doing problem solving sessions as part of the NPTEL courses. Like, many of our courses, we may not possibly have too many live interaction from the TAs or faculty, but this gives a very nice platform for them to teach and for our learners also to get that experience, right, of being in a live problem solving session, asking your doubts, clarifying whatever you need to do and so on. So about, I think, 300 courses. This time we have PMRFs. And I think July 24 is 300 plus with 450 scholars. They are going to do live session. This is a weekly thing. So there'll be a fixed date, fixed time at which they will log in. There'll be a G-Meet that they are in. Students can, all learners can log in there. They will solve the assignments from the previous run, which will have a similarity to the current assignment. So what we are trying to see is, if we solve the previous assignment live, show you step by step of how it is being done, giving explanations for that, then the current semester assignment should be more doable for the learners. And these are also recorded and they're shared with the students again. If they have missed the session for whatever reason, they can go back and look at it. And these we are getting really good feedback. But the problem is only 10 to 15% of our learners are accessing this is also the data we are seeing. Out of those registered, say 8 lakhs, hardly about some 50-60,000 are seeing this sessions is what we get. But the feedback form, when we ran it, 20,000 people responded saying these sessions are extremely useful. We like these sessions. They help me in solving the problems and the courses. And that is a kind of thing that we saw here. So, I mean, getting feedback from 20,000 people is amazing. We never get that even for a regular course feedback at some level. But I don't know, we got an overwhelming response saying it is very nice. And they give us names of the scholars and they say, oh, this scholar was very good. That scholar, to that extent, there are people who are attending sessions and they know that, these people are teaching them well. They are able to ask doubts and all that. So would encourage that, one, if the college can make note of all these sessions, especially where you'll have larger groups enrolled in these courses. These are tougher courses. So for all the programming courses, we have them, the ML courses, we have them, the AI courses, we have them. The larger courses, definitely we have these people. We have PMRF 7 for some PG, PhD level courses, right? Because it is more difficult there also, so we have them doing sessions for it. So you can make note of the courses which have these PMRF sessions, and probably also, you know, tell your students or other people to say that this happening every week, might be good to attend it live if possible, otherwise at least watch the sessions much later. Some feedback we got is that the timings don't suit. It's a college time when the bus is going back home, or you know, students are probably having classes that time, because we started, I think 4 p.m. we go on to 9 p.m. There are about 300 courses we have to do sessions, right, over 5 or 6 days. So obviously we're running a lot of sessions in parallel, and we start at 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. We keep going. It's a 2-hour session. So maybe it's not convenient, but please ask them to watch it later, because it seems to be a useful resource to kind of, you know, help them doing the assignments and the exams in the particular course. So this is something that we wanted to say. My favorite part, though it's a lot of numbers, but yes, I like to walk through this, and this is the thing that is really driving us also these days. As we see, it is driving the learners too. So we have 7 categories of stars today, and these stars are people who have done multiple courses in various combinations. It could be stars who have done, a superstar is one who has enrolled to 6 courses, written exams, and is a topper in 4, 5, 6 courses. Evangelists are people who have been with us for 8 semesters or 4 years without a break, having done at least 18 exams and passed a fraction of those. Then we have discipline stars who have done more than 50 weeks in a particular discipline. NPTEL believers. We have domain scholars who have done the domains that we have defined. We have about 52 domains now that are live and active, and there are people doing this. So if you can see the numbers here, it was very, very heartening and nice to see that we got almost double the number of domain scholars in the Jan 2024 semester as opposed to the previous numbers. So looks like a lot of people are targeting to complete domains and actually doing it. So that's something, again, very nice to see that people have a focus now to do this particular thing. And superstars also, it is from 68, it's gone to 108. It's not an easy feat to be a superstar. I will really emphasize that, because this is like a full semester load you're doing, right? 6 courses, 6 exams, and being a topper, not just passing them. So this is something that people are doing, 108 of them there. And all the other categories also we see an increase there. So from motivated learners, again, who have done like 6 courses and passed it, 495 to 738. Discipline stars has become 1,929 in just one semester that we have. The total number of stars now that we have here is about 21,643, out of which about 10,000 is unique in this particular brand. These are all the domain certification disciplines we have. A lot of information is there on our website under the domain category. You can go through that, but we have it in aerospace, biotech, chemical, metallurgical, management, mathematics, and all of it is there. This is the domain certificate that we give out to the learners with a photo listing all the courses they got. The domain certification is like 1 grade higher than just passing the courses. You have to get more than 55 in every subject with an average of 60. So it's not a 40 pass that we take, but you have to do the next level of 55 in every subject with a 60 average. Then you get a domain certification. So these are people who have done, there's one learner who has done 5 domains with us. So that seems to be the highest we have for now. There are 4 domain completed is 2 people, 3 domains completed is 11. And very happy to say that a lot of faculty are domain scholars. They are doing either the faculty domain, which is the faculty advanced or the basic, or they are doing a technical domain also. And that's really heartening for us, because it really helps them also probably to go through all the courses, use it like a refresher, go back to class with new ideas maybe, and so on. So this has come out. These are some of the people who have done the domain certifications. So there is a person from BITS Pilani, 3 domain certificates, one Sugandhi from Mahindra who's done 3, G Sudha who's done 3, and so on. So all these people are here. Oh, that's on top, sorry. Dr. Sugandhi is 4, and I think Gopalakrishna is 5. So, and these are faculty again, many of them who have completed 3 domains from various institutes across, from various states also maybe. I think there's a lot of Tamil Nadu, but yes, they are across, I think. So, yeah, this is just to show that we do track this data from our side. As eager as the learners are to see what star category they fall in, we are as eager to see, how many stars. We also get semester on semester. So that's one activity we work on. So one thing again to the SPOCs, if you have these really good students in your class who are thirsting for more and really want to know how do I study from NPTEL in a more guided way, domains would be the answer to that. So introduce them to the domains, because there you have core courses, you have elective courses. There is a sequential way in which you study and you get expertise in a particular area. So that might be something you can recommend to those who are interested in getting more and specializing in something that they want to do. So we do have a data science domain, we have an AI domain, we have a programming domain in the computer science and systems domain. Of course, all other disciplines have, but that seems to be the largest bucket that we are getting the domain scholars from. So you can see 110 is computer science, then faculty domain is 51 this time. This is a breakup for this particular semester. And yeah, these are the superstars. Absolutely delighted, and you know, we were kind of surprised, not shocked, I would say, because the first minute we put on the WhatsApp group saying we are going from 6 dates, 6 exams to 12 exams in a semester. I don't know if it was Kanpur group or a Bombay group or something. The next second we got a ping. So does it mean I can write 12 exams? I'm registering now. And I was like, you know, to actually help us with exam scheduling, we are increasing the dates, not for people to do more courses in a particular semester, but that's what happened. So you can see that Gokula Priya, who's a faculty in a college, she has done 12 exams in the Jan 2024 semester, and she's a topper in 6 of those courses. And in fact, now they came up to us and said, Superstar is for 6 exams done, 4, 5, 6 topper. What about us? We've done 12 exams and we are topper in 6. Are you creating a new category? So we said, okay, we've not thought about it. We'll come back to you. But many of them have done 12 certificates, 3 topper, 10 certificates, 6 topper, and so on, making use of the additional dates that we have and the additional exams that they can write in a particular semester. There are, of course, working people also here. You can see Kapil Chaudhary, who's from Indian Air Force, Guwahati, Assam, who's also a 11 certificates, 5 topper in 1 semester that they are there. And these all the superstars in the faculty and employed category that we were tracking, how many courses done, how many courses passed. These are the students who are also the superstars from various colleges you can see here. Here we have from Lucknow, UP, Bansal Institute of Engineering and Technology. I don't know if the star is coming today for visiting IIT, but there is from Calcutta, Manav Rachna is here, IIT KGP is here, Central University. These are just samples. Of course, the entire list is on the website for you all to see that too. And there's a list further that we just wanted to put out. And this is the number of course takers, the largest number of course takers that we again keep tracking, right? How many people have done how many courses with us. So there is one person who has registered for 57 course exams with NPTEL over the last 10 years that we have been running certifications. This is not passed, but it's registered. And then there are 2 people who are registered for 56 courses, one who's registered for 52, and so the number goes. The largest is, of course, 15.61 lakh is only 1 course. 5 lakhs is 2 courses, 1.8 lakhs is 3 courses. Still, it's a large number. If you look at 1.8 lakhs doing 3 NPTEL courses, I don't know if colleges have the mandate to do 3, or at least one of those courses will be out of interest, we are all hoping. But definitely the 4, 5, 6 category must be more out of interest. Even if, say, college says do 2, we are hoping that 3 or 4 they would do out of their own interest and accord, right? So that's the thing. And number of courses taken in January alone we have plotted. So 11 candidates wrote 12 exams this time. So they've done like this weekend 4, the next weekend 4, again in April 4. So sometimes I say, you know, when students come back and say we don't have time to study by enrolling in one course of NPTEL in a college, we are too busy, we have so many schedules. I always tell the SPOCs, please refer them to these kind of people. They either work or their faculty having their college load, they're teaching and doing whatever administrative activities are there and doing 12 courses. So I think a student cannot give an excuse more than that. And of course, a lot of faculty might have family and personal responsibilities to have. So, you know, no excuse can be given in this to say, I don't have time. You have to make the time if you want to study from NPTEL. So these numbers really tell us that kind of a story. And highest number of NPTEL course takers certified, 50 courses, certified is 2 people now. So that is something that we're seeing, and the remaining numbers are here. And certified in Jan alone, 5 candidates are certified and passed all 12 exams they gave. And 2 are in 11 and so on, that's there. Who are these people? Again, it comes from various backgrounds, student, faculty, employed, everybody else we have here. They are from all kinds of cities you can see, the states you can see. UP is quite a bit here. I see UP going on here, couple of them here. And Madhya Pradesh is there again. And yeah. Yeah, we have all of this data published on our website. These presentations are public. Any of you wants to do it for whatever purpose within your college, you can use these presentations. All this data is available for you. You can edit it to whatever suits your people. But when you're talking to students and telling them, saying why they should enroll to NPTEL courses, why they should study from there, how so many other people are already using it, right? Because the first thing for the student is, why should I do it? What will it give me? How does it help me? So these will really help you to convey that information to them and say why they should be doing NPTEL courses, how many others are doing. It's not like there are 20 people doing and I'm asking you to do. There are 8 lakh people who are registering for exams and getting certified, multiple course takers and so on. Could be a good data point for you to convince your students on this particular thing. The star t-shirts that are happening, and yeah, we keep dispatching those. So new initiatives, we have always been having this request that we don't have enough of accountings and accounting side courses, commerce side courses and so on. Whatever we have in our management departments, we have been offering, but yes, it's not like the core strength of the IITs that we have. But recently we partnered and signed an MOU with ICMAI, the organization that offers the CMA exams. So you have the CA, CMA, CFA and so on. There are like 4 or 5, I think, in that category. So they coordinate and do the CMA exams, which is the Costing and Management Accounts organization. So they're offering 2 courses this time with NPTEL. One is Introduction to GST and Fundamentals of Cost Accounting. 5 more are coming in January and they're hoping to scale up more with NPTEL. So these are the professionals there who actually are the teachers in the course. They are practicing professionals in the account sector or the management accounting sector who are offering it. Very reputed and very renowned organization. So we'll coordinate the entire thing. They're coming in as an NPTEL course for us. It is coming on Swayam. And the INIs, we had sent out a couple of mails to the SPOCs, I think. So also for the non-technical courses, we had not been offering too many of it, whatever we had in humanities and our management we're doing. But core is our core strength for us is, of course, our technical courses. But non-technical areas, we were also getting requests, and the MHRD finally said, okay, why don't you, partner with INIs, onboard them to offer courses. So if you see on Swayam today, there is a logo called INI. The 10 logos when you see on the main page, you click on INI and you go in and go to the course catalog, you can see all the courses that are offered. We have been partnering with Aligarh Muslim University and Banaras Hindu University in July 2024 semester. 46 courses have been launched from them, where we are doing the production part, the video recording for them, and we are doing the exams for them, the portal loading and so on. The quality assurance is not from us. We are assuming that they will do it from their side. So their committee is vetting the proposals. Their committee is telling us that these people will offer the courses. We have checked it and all that. So that comes from them. That is not vetted by us. We are doing the logistic support. Yeah, so it's not an NPTEL certificate also. So we are doing the entire logistic support for them for recording, putting it up on the portal, organizing the exams. And the certificate will be from them. So NPTEL is like a service provider, in this case a whitelisted partner, like you can say, like we use TCS, right? TCS does the exams, but we are ultimately responsible. So here we are doing the services for them, but they will be responsible. So the certificate is not an NPTEL certificate. Certificate will come from AMU or BHU. It will have their logos. It will have their signatories there. But we will ensure that things run on time. That is what we are trying to do here, so that these courses are there. If you're interested, you can see, but I think enrollment has closed for the first set. Second set is still open, but many more might come. Delhi University might come in the next semester. We are getting some proposals. So this kind of area might increase in the way that we are helping coordinate and offer courses in these areas. Okay, this we'll skip. Okay, this is one thing that we want to sound out all the, I think, SPOCs on. We have not, I don't know, maybe we sent one mail to all the SPOCs about this, and we had a meeting, I think, with the SPOCs saying there's a new scheme that we've started. And this opportunity, we were thinking, saying there are so many stars here who are doing multiple courses. They are showing an interest academically in studying from NPTEL for whatever reason. So, we did internships for toppers. We have been doing that. But that is still a 2-month, 3-month or something. They go there and finish it and come. So we're thinking, can we do something longer for the stars who have been academically doing well in the NPTEL courses? So we came out with this pre-doc fellowships that is there, or post-baccalaureate fellowships as we call it. And the process here is that we invited the faculty from the 7 IITs ISC who formed the core committee of NPTEL to propose projects. So we got 102 faculty who proposed projects, and we shared it with the NPTEL stars. and we said that you can apply for these projects where the terms of work will be 1 year you will have to spend in person at that institute if you're selected working on this project. So up to 5 projects the student or the NPTEL star could apply to. They had to give a resume, they had to give a video kind of introduction, 5 to 7 minutes, about themselves, about why they would want to do it, and also one kind of an SOP of why they would like to be a part of this fellowship. And then this was shared with the faculty shortlisted, they had interviews for all the candidates, and then they selected candidates, and out of it, 119 is what were selected. Okay, I think we don't have the data here, but 119 NPTEL stars who had applied, totally 305 applied, 119 out of that were selected by the faculty for the projects, 112 have consented to actually join, and I think about 25 have already joined. We are waiting for the remaining to join in the next 1 week. So the modality will be the stipend of rupees 25,000 per month will be paid by NPTEL for supporting them to be there, and they will work with that faculty in that project. Certain institutes have a provision where they can also convert it into a master's directly by doing a project route. There are some conditions that they have to satisfy. So we are also looking at these people probably converting into a master's or a PhD depending on the rules and regulation of that particular institute. So this is a new thing we have brought in for stars. We'll see how this goes. 100 was a target for this term. We'll also expand it probably going forward, getting feedback and so on. But this is a new thing we've done apart from the topper internships for the stars that is there. We'll keep you posted on who they are. Once they join also, we'll let you know. We'll inform the respective SPOCs about whatever is happening. Credit transfer, I think most are familiar with. Up to 40% is permitted, but of course you can do anything from 0 to 40. That is up to your academic councils. Again, the guidelines are there. Please go through the guidelines that we have given, because that is based on our experience from so many different colleges and universities on what issues came, how to handle it, what might be the best way to kind of implement this credit transfer. And if you all have any issues, any suggestions, please do write on the local chapter group and we will get into it. We have the committee meetings regularly, so we will also go through it to see how we can aid in this. We can, and many times we say if you're drafting policies, please send us a copy so that we can also give suggestions and you can maybe take it back before you finalize your entire guidelines for the credit transfer. So this is there. And one thing in the form which you all might be getting is, previous semester there was something called an ABC ID, and we said if you don't have an ABC ID, the Swayam group will create the ABC ID or some such. But I think we had challenges there because I think for creating that you need the Aadhaar number, and we didn't have the Aadhaar number. You have to verify the Aadhaar number also, and that posed a challenge. So after a lot of deliberation, this time we have changed it to I have ABC ID. If you have it, you put the number there, or you go create one yourself and you give us a number there. Otherwise, you say, I don't have ABC ID, in which case we will also not do anything. It's just an information gathering to say, okay, you don't have an ABC ID. And the third part is, I don't need an ABC ID. Like if they're working professional or maybe somebody else just doing it for learning purpose, not really for credits. In that case, they can just say, I don't need an ABC ID too. So these are 3 options this time we are listing here. And for students specifically, we say that, are you taking this exam for credit transfer? And for them, it will come, do you have an ABC identification? So if they say roll student, then these 2 questions will come and we are asking for that additional information. But we still haven't figured a way of transferring the credits or the certificate to this. We are in a work in progress. There are some things being tested out now. I don't know whether it will happen this semester. Maybe next it could be there. But it's kind of progressing in that direction where we will transfer it to this academic bank of credits and college can pull it out from there and some things like that can happen. So it's still work in progress on this front. The credit transfer policies of all the institutes are put up on a local chapter website. Anybody drafting new guidelines can go through it so that you get idea of how different institutes, different universities have affected this particular policy. So before you all do yours, you can do that. Translation, yes, this has been a project we have been doing it for 4 years now, and has been progressing reasonably well. How many of you do translation for NPTEL currently? Any of you, any of the faculty you know from your colleges who do translation? So none from this group does translation, is it? You are not participating in the translation process with us. Okay, you're doing, is it? You haven't received courses now. Okay, you haven't gotten a course to translate. Okay. Yeah. When did you send it? Last year? Okay. Can you send a mail to me? I'll just check what happened to that or something like that. So we were in a transition phase from manual translation to now using the tools. And we have been working with two tools that are internally developed at IIT Madras, machine learning tools that kind of are bettering the translation and speeding it up. And we going forward, we want translators to work on that rather than doing manually, which we have been doing it for so long. So that is something that we had done. So it's called Chitralekha and Translingua. There are two groups that are working on tools, and we have been using this. We had a boot camp with about, I think, 23 translators at IIT Madras for 2 weeks in June. And we kind of had the technical group there, the development group there, the translators there, and we were trying to solve the problems around using the tool with all of them. And now we kind of seem to be in a better space. We wish to speed up this particular translation of courses. So if any of you is interested or your faculty might be interested in this effort, please do write to us. I'll ask our local chapter team to send out another set of forms to for you all to fill or circulate so that we get more translators on board. So probably we'll work on that. But this content is available on NPTEL website, available on Swayam platform. In below the video, you have the translated versions. It's available as documents you can read. We put it together as a book that you can download and also keep. So you have books in Marathi on introduction to research, on Python programming, you'll have Bengali, you'll have maybe a Tamil book on something else and so on. Hindi is the largest, of course, in terms of numbers that we have. So you can see a Hindi, 213 courses are translated into Hindi language. So at least students will have a readable version of the course in Hindi language. So if they are a little inconvenient with English and they're not able to follow the video completely, this might be a resource that they can use and kind of make use of. So we put it onto subtitles on YouTube also, and they can toggle there and they can also watch the video along with subtitles in the regional language. So these all here for translation. FTP certificates, I think most of you should know. Faculty can now get FTP certificates for the courses we classify as FDP. There's the same exam, same process. You come and write, but you apply for this particular certificate, you get an additional certificate. Our MOU is renewed with AICT till 2027, I think. So we have 5 more years for which this will be valid. So it's half FDP for 4-week course, 1 FDP for 8-week course, and 1.5 FDP equivalent for a 12-week course. So we've got good participation. This time we had, I think, 67,632 faculty write exams in Jan 2024. 35,000 have applied for the FTP certificates. Support for SPOCs attending conferences. We support SPOCs who have a paper in a conference in certain institutes that we have given as a list. All the IITs primarily, some all the NITs, some CFTIs that we have categorized, some conferences alone that we say that are okay, that are being conducted. So in these, if you have a paper, you're published, then we support your travel, your registration fee, or stay there to the tune of 25,000 per person. So that is something that is there. Every month, 1st to 10th of the month, we open the form for you to apply. You can get an approval from us. Once you attend the conference and come back, you can submit the bills to us and we reimburse that amount to you. So far, 8 have utilized this, but we actually have about 100, I think, that we had factored in and kind of kept as we would like to support. So one thing that since this number is very less, what we are thinking of, which we'll publish very soon, is if there are student stars, NPTEL stars, domain scholars or belonging to some category, or faculty stars who belong to a domain scholar category or something else, we can allow them also to avail of this, attending a conference and getting reimbursed from us. So that is something that we'll come out with the rules and we'll publish it very soon. We just got it finalized and approved now. So that is something that we are scaling this initiative up to. Gate preparation, there's a gate portal for those of you who know, gate.nptel.ac.in. It has been developed over the last 2 years, sees a lot of traction and a lot of traffic to that particular site. We have mapped all the last 10 years of question papers to the relevant NPTEL lectures. Students can see which question, I have to watch which video for the concept that's done. Mock exams will start from September onwards. So if you have students preparing for 2025 gate exams, Every Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., we conduct mock exams in each of these disciplines. It is free. There is no fee for it. They can just need to register with us. They can come in and they can do a 3-hour exam. We have a leaderboard. We also tell them what score they get. So it's something free. If your students are preparing, please let them know about this so that they can make use of the opportunity. So these are feedback that we have gotten just to sample, but many others that we have also seen about the GATE portal that is there. NPTEL Plus portal is something that we started in Jan 22, and we have been running the different formats of training and technical workshops and kind of short-term training programs on this particular portal. So SWAYAM NPTEL, whatever we run there has to be typically Senate approved courses. They can only be a 4-8, 12-week format. There has to be a final exam for people to come and write in person. Then only you get certificates. But what about the other skills that, learners might want to get, like certain tools that you might want to get trained on? Maybe exposure to current technology that is happening, which is not yet a full-fledged course with us, but maybe a 2-hour content that you want to know about. Maybe something hands-on that you want to do with, some experts who would like to interact with learners in this area. So this NPTEL Plus platform typically helps in facilitating all those kind of programs. NPTEL Plus also has self-paced courses, NPTEL self-paced courses. There are about 300 of them that we have uploaded for now. One of the things that very few, we have seen very few colleges have enabled is, if a student does not pass or is absent for an SWAYAM NPTEL exam, then for these 300 courses, every Wednesday and Saturday, we keep conducting exams. These are online remote proctored. So there are colleges who put those students into this exam and get a certificate from us. Certificate is not the same format as a SWAYAM certificate. It will not have SWAYAM logo. It will not have Skill India logo, but it will have the NPTEL logo, and that is a certificate that we give out. So if your academic council says that students have not passed or are absent in the SWAYAM exam, can do these self-paced course certification exams that we conduct online remote proctored mode every Wednesday and Saturday, then that is another possibility that you can use. We don't have all the courses, like I said, we have only 300 for now, but that is something that is possible. Some of the colleges we have seen requesting us, putting them through it, getting the students to write the exam and so on. So these are some of the sample courses that we have run or the workshops we have run. So you can see that the workshops could be 3 hours duration, it could be 24 hours duration, a full semester course also we ran in this model, 10 hours duration. The topics can vary from, say, dental biomaterials to data engineering using Azure. We had a water quality course. We had something on performance traditions of Mahabharata, which was a different kind of a course, and natural language processing. So it could be anything that faculty or industry experts or people from outside the country, if they want to offer, we of course vet what they want to do, and then we put it up online here. These are all costed. They are not free, but the costing is extremely subsidized. So we do it anywhere between 200 to 500 for it. Some there are assessments, some there are no assessments, and they get certificates of participation for these. So you can see some more here. We have something on effective teaching. So there were 2 or 3 we ran specifically for faculty on effective teaching in the computer science domain, general teaching practices that somebody else was offering there. So these had weekly content with a Saturday interaction, followed by some submission or a presentation the faculty members who were participating had to make, and based on it, the certificates were kind of given up. So no-code AI tools for academic research, data to dashboard, there was something that was going on. And there is also a set of master classes that we have been doing, focused a lot initially on the management side of topics, but now we are branching out into technical topics also. So we had this arrangement with faculty from ISEG Paris, and they were coordinating this masterclass series for us. So you can see a lot of faculty who had come in from there are from that university, but otherwise we have it from KTH Sweden. We had one from, 2 from Jagsholm, Bangalore, TU Darmstadt, and we have, I think, from Oxford now coming, Cambridge coming, Leeds coming, and so on. So there are classes on neuromarketing, on experiments in marketing, on marketing communications in some, I don't know this, but VUCA era, design thinking and its creative tools. These are very nice classes to attend because many times they have breakout rooms, they have at least 10, 20 TAs in the batch. They restrict the numbers to about 100, 150. They make the participants do something, present something, come back, get insights. So it's more like a hands-on. There is a 1-hour lecture followed by some hands-on activity in which you learn, and then you either present or submit something, and that's how these classes go. pretty interesting watch out. We are publicizing these on the WhatsApp groups or the emailer that we send out to SPOCs also. And internships for toppers, I think most would know it. For the toppers in the courses, if the faculty consent to taking interns, then we do send it out and say apply for it. Yes, we apply for it and then we finish it off. We ask the faculty to select. They are there for a period of about 2 months, 3 months and so on. And now in your SPOC dashboard, we have given you a complete tracker for the internship, because many times SPOC said we don't know which students are going, they are not applying, they are not telling us. We will also kind of, encourage them. So we have an entire internship tracker dashboard inside your SPOC login. There we say who is eligible, who has applied, who has been selected, who has joined, who has completed, and the certificate we are showcasing for you. So you'll have the entire data. But one of the things we are seeing is, out of those who accept, only 50% are even joining and completing internships. That mindset of I want to do an online internship is still very strong, while now all the faculty are saying I want in-person interns, I don't want online interns. So there we are losing some students. And some places like say maybe a Kanpur or a Bombay or something, the students say it's very expensive, I can't stay there, because institutes are not able to give hostels. So that is also a blocker. But one thing I would suggest is tell the students who get this opportunity to go there and experience the institute, experience the environment there. They get to work with the faculty in their labs, in their projects, meet their PhD scholars, especially if they're academically inclined. It's a wonderful opportunity for them to go to that particular institute and actually, be a part of that system for at least 2 months. So even now we, out of 213, only I think 120 students have done the summer internship of 2024. So that data is there. It's only half that we are getting. Would be nice if more students actually go out to the institutes and complete the internship. So this is the data inside your SPOC login that we show you end to end, whatever is happening. Soft skill training for NPTEL students, this has been something we've been doing for the last 4 years. So if your students require soft skill training, please write to us. There is a form that's circulated every month, I think once or twice. You can fill up and give us the windows when these would be applicable or easy, convenient for your students to attend. It's a 7-day workshop or a 14-day workshop. It is about 2 hours to 3 hours. Every day there's an activity. How to write your resume, how to present yourself, the etiquette in an interview that you have to do. If there's something on group discussion, there is something that they also teach you there. And the final part is you get a one-on-one half-an-hour slot with a soft skill trainer. So they can actually show their resume, get feedback, present themselves. They get a one-on-one feedback from the trainer. It's not just a group feedback. So we do a 7-day or a 14-day training, and we enable one-on-one sessions with the trainers, and that completes the training. So if your colleges do not kind of have an active soft skill training department or cell for the students, we definitely would like to help them also go through it if they're NPTEL learners, because they're technically qualified and this will help them to get to the next spot. So impact has been good. We keep getting feedback on how it is useful to people. Lab workshops are 1-week workshops where students can go in person to an institute and complete labs. So Monday to Friday they do experiments, morning one, afternoon one, so typically 10 experiments. Saturday we do the exam and we give out a lab workshop certificate. We normally recommend it for a 1 credit if you want to credit it back into your institute. So it's not too many that we have, but yes, a couple of labs have been going on. At IIT Bombay we have these from the electrical department. We regularly have some labs running which are very well received. ISA Bhopal has been doing a couple of them here. Kanpur has done one. These are social media handles. We are very active on those. So please subscribe to our social media handles and kind of follow them. You'll get a lot more information about whatever is happening there. So that could also be one channel that gives you information. Industry associates, we have increased to 96 partners from 75, I think we last reported. These people, they help us in various ways. The CSR funding comes from them. They do all the soft skill training, one-on-one mocks sometimes. Opportunities for internships and placements come out from them. And we also have some special schemes from certain companies we work with. For instance, Microsoft has this Learn Educator program where faculty can also do some courses and train some batches of students on the Microsoft courses. We are enabling that for them. Then for ANSYS, there are 20 courses identified in NPTEL, where for the toppers and those in the silver and gold category, the badges which are worth about 12,000 rupees are free for them. So we have vouchers for all of this. If somebody wants to do this badge from ANSYS certification courses, ANSYS is a tool that many in the industry use in certain areas. It's very valuable to have a certification in that when you're going out. So this we have kind of partnered with them to say they'll give it to us for free for the badges. And for the certification, which is anywhere around 20 to 25,000 per certification, they are giving it to us at a 90% discount. So it's coming to us at 2,000 rupees now, which is what has to be paid. So first they finish the badge, then the students say they want to go in for certification. We have vouchers again for that we can give. They can write the exam and get the certificate. So this is the ANSWER certification partnering that we have done. 5 employed, 5 faculty and 14 students so far have availed the badge discounts from us, and there are many more who are now going in for certification from the NPTEL side. Texas Instruments has a deal where you do 2 courses from us, which we have specified in the electrical engineering bucket that is there, and we pass on that information to them. They shortlist, they interview, then they take them in for a 3-month summer internship. After they finish 3rd year of engineering, they do that and convert it to pre-placement offer if they are happy with the student. So one student got selected and now has also got a PPO, might be joining there. But this is open to anybody who wants to do it. So 2 courses you have to do, get a good score there, and of course pass their interview, which is very, very tough. They had, I think, like a 1.5-hour interview on technical aspects, and that's how the student passed it. So this is there. Capgemini, we've been getting a lot of recruitment requests, which we've been passing on to you. Especially, they have a lot of focus on girls. Girl students who can work probably in, I think, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and one more place. They had openings, a lot of it. They were recruiting girl students as part of their initiative. I think we're still getting requests from there. Delivery also has something where if you do a couple of courses, they are interested to hire interns from us and then convert it to placements on our side. Fee waivers, all of you know, we've been doing this about 10 to 12,000 students. We are giving fee waivers for continuously. And so far the support has been great from the NPTEL donors, the company. Thanks to them at this juncture. And that's it. I think I'll hand over to Vaishali now. Yeah, for the LC thing. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, you can. So the LC numbers have been good. We have crossed 6,700 actually. This is a little outdated. This is from June presentation, but now we have crossed 6,700. State-wise, Maharashtra has been the highest, and they are keeping that place. Next is Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, UP, Karnataka, Kerala. These are the top 10 states. And these are where we get the maximum active LCs also from. 266 Maharashtra, 283 from Tamil Nadu, and these are the numbers. So we also track the state-wise participation, the state-wise enrollment registration. All these numbers are presented to the ministry also many times when they ask us per college, per university, they keep tracking numbers on their side too. And we have had a steady 80 to 85% participation from local chapters like Professor Satiki said and Professor Andrew said. We are very thankful to all the SPOCs who keep on partnering with us, who are active with us, who support us in taking this initiative back to your college, encouraging your faculty, your students and others to kind of, be in this NPTEL courses, complete the courses, and also big thanks to you. Your participation is what makes us still grow and kind of keep growing at this rate. And state-wise registered, you can see Tamil Nadu leads the kind of pack. So we have about 28% from there, Andhra's 15%, but UP has been climbing. We were at 10, we went down to 5, and I think we are now back at some 8.8% that is there. And Madhya Pradesh, I don't see. Yeah, Madhya Pradesh is around 3% now of the total registrations. So we also see what is the contribution of every state to the total registration. So these are all there in the presentation. You can go through the numbers later on. And top 20 LC state-wise exam registration count. So the numbers you see at the top is how many people are registered from each LC between, how many LCs have 100 to 500 exam registrations. How many LCs have 500 to 1000 exam registrations? So there are, I think 5 or 7 I see here who have between 5,000 to 10,000 exam registrations, and above 10,000 is 1 that is there. So that is what we see there. And 5,000 to 10,000 is 1 LC in Tamil Nadu, 1 in Andhra Pradesh, 1 in UP, 1 in Madhya Pradesh, 1 in Haryana and Delhi. Those are the ones that are there. But the bulk is sitting in less than 100, 100 to 500. And this was the idea that gave us that we have to categorize the active LCs, and not give an active LC certificate to those who have 25 participants and those who have even 1,000 participants. It's a lot of effort if you have to get in 1,000 to register to courses versus 25. And just because you don't come in the top 100, we said, okay, it's not fair looking at the data. So this time we have introduced a lot of additional categories on our side. And these are the categories that we have. Contenders above 1,000, if you have, you're still an active LC not coming in the top 200. That is their prospects and aspirants. We just gave some names for those categories. And the top 100, we expanded to top 200 now. So the AAA category is now 20 instead of 10. And then you have the AA between 21 to 100, and 101 to 200 is the category A rating that we are giving for the colleges. And then we also introduced discipline-wise best performing LCs, because there are LCs, say if it's an agricultural college and doing agriculture courses, they may not come in the top 100 and they wouldn't come even in this. But in their discipline, they might be doing really well. So we thought it's good to acknowledge that these LCs perform well in these disciplines. So we take with the course code, we did this calculations and came out with this. The top 3 will be recognized in this particular thing. There are some conditions here that we have done. So the total awards to be given off and the recognition we are doing now is top 200 is there. That is the first. Then we have 7 special category awards for those with maximum faculty participation, with those with most improvement in points, most registrations that are coming in, and whatever else we have, the art science college category and so on. Then we have the discipline-wise top LCs. We have 49 in that this time. Active LCs, the 3 categories we have, these are there, and the active local chapters also there. So these are all the LCs that we are now recognizing as part of the effort that they put into NPTEL. So these are the 7 additional that I was talking about that you have here. LCs with maximum NPTEL stars. LC stars are 7 times they have been an LC in the top 100, 200, top art science colleges and so on. So mentor statistics also, it's been growing a lot. In Jan 24, we had 6,500 mentors who were nominated by SPOCs, and 4,389 have actually gotten the mentor certificate. So looks like there are a lot more faculty who are invested in guiding their students to ensure that they also complete the courses and kind of do well in the courses here. So I think we'll go on to the felicitation. Request all the coordinators to please come on stage. Professor Satiki, Professor Andrew, Professor Niket, Professor Pratap is here. Please. Okay, come. Yeah. Can you come on stage, please, so that we can start the felicitation? Professor Vignesh is there. I don't see him. Professor Ramakrishna, Professor Janaki Raman, any of you is there, please? Y'all can come on stage. Pratap is hiding. Not so many, but the attendance is not that much. That's the reason. They couldn't come because of the rain.
As they say, recognition is a reward in itself. Now it's the time to recognize your efforts that you have all put in to make your local chapters shine bright. We are going to begin with our felicitation ceremony. To start with the AAA category, we have Amity University, Noida, Professor K.M. Soni. Not working. AAA category from Amity University, Noida, Professor K.M. Soni. He has also received the improvement on rating points, improvement on certificate count, LC star, aerospace engineering category, architecture planning and top, 1 category, humanities and social sciences, law and management. So in total, he is receiving 8 awards. The banner. Next, we have Netaji Subhash University of Technology, Delhi, Professor Anand Gupta. He is in AAA, LC star, LC with maximum NPTEL stars, computer science and engineering category, humanities and social sciences discipline ranker, and management ranker. Next, we have VIT Bhopal, AAA category, improvement on rating points, improvement on certificate count, and computer science engineering discipline ranker. I think we don't have that person here. Next, we have Chandigarh University, Mohali. They are awarded AAA and discipline rankers for computer science and engineering. Next on the list, JC Bose University of Science and Technology, YMCA Faridabad. They are AAA rankers and best in civil engineering category. Madhav Institute of Technology and Science, Professor Praveen Bansal. They are AAA rated, LC with maximum NPTEL stars, discipline rankers in civil engineering and electrical and electronics engineering. Ma'am, I can't see. We have GLA University, Mathura, Professor Rajesh Kumar. They are AA, LC with maximum NPTEL stars and discipline rankers in the management category. Next on the list, Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women, Professor Arun Sharma. They are AA ranking college. Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Professor Kamlesh Sharma. They are AA rating college. In AA category, we have Purnima University, Jaipur, Professor Sushil Kumar Jain. So please be on stage. Professor Ramakrishna and Professor Janki sir, please come on stage for this felicitation. Next with AA, we have Jamia Hamdard, Professor Zireen Zafar. They are AA rated college. In single A category, we have Maharaja Surajmal Institute, Professor Anita Sharma. Next, in single A list, Graphic Era University, Professor Pranav More. University of Engineering and Management, Rajasthan, Professor Santanu Bhasak. They are single A and LC star. Next on the list, Eklion Institute of Technology, Haryana, Irfarullah Khan. So please come on stage. They are singly rated college. Now we are beginning with the prospects and contenders and aspirant category. First in the prospects, we have Geeta Raman International Business School, Professor Abhijit Das. This institute is Prospects Institute in the active LC category. Chaggar Institute of Management Studies, Delhi, Professor Priyanka Gandhi. Their college has stood as Prospects Institute in active category. Now beginning with the aspirant category, ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad, Professor Nitika Jain. A faculty has come on their behalf to collect their award. Rajkumar Goel Institute of Technology, Ghaziabad, Professor Vaibhav Sharma. Their college is the aspirant in the active category. Next on the list, Gitanjali Institute of Technical Studies, Udaipur, Professor Vishal Jain. Their director has also joined us for this event today. Sir, please join us on stage. Next in the aspirant, we have IES College of Technology, Madhya Pradesh, Professor Jamwant Onkar. ABES Institute of Technology, Ghaziabad, Professor Surendra Pratap Gupta. Their college is aspirant in active category. Next, we have Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology, Delhi, Professor Nitin Sharma. Their college is aspirant college in active category. Next, Management, Education and Research Institute, Delhi, Professor Shikha Gupta. Their LC is an active LC and they are aspirant in active category. Next on the list, we have GD Goenka University, Haryana, Professor Yogesh Kumar. Their college is aspirant in active category. Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Since we have the campus director of Gitanjali Institute of Technology, Udaipur, with us, I would like to invite Dr. N.S. Rathore on stage to please share a few words with us. He was a former VC of MPA UAE Udaipur. He was a former DDG in ICAR New Delhi. He was a VC of 2 other universities. So it would be nice, sir, if you could share a few words of wisdom with us. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon to one and all. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I don't want to make any suggestion, but there are certain observations which after joining this institute I have observed. Very important thing is that especially for tier 3 colleges, those who are affiliated colleges with any of technical university may face a number of problems. Very important problem is that how to motivate the student towards NPTEL. That is basically in a tier 2 and tier 1 there is no problem, but especially the tier 3 institute and especially the institute those who are located in a really in rural area, because our students are from the very from a very background wise, if you see, they are not so advanced and they are not easy to accept our proposal. So motivation is a very important task, that how to motivate them. We used to conduct a lot of counseling, even at the time of our induction program itself, we used to do this, and every time we are motivating them. Many times we could get a success, but second problem is that how to attract, because as I said, the 10%, 50,000. This year, you won't believe our institute has given 50,000 rupees concession as far as the admission is concerned in core branches of engineering. So especially how to attract them towards these courses, this is also a big question. Even as far as the attraction is concerned, in our institute, we have floated this idea. Anybody who will qualify the course after submitting, at initial inception, they will have to submit their required fees. But once they will clear this and when they will qualify, our institute will refund back and reimburse their fees. That type of a attraction we have floated. But very important thing is that how to retain them in this, because at initial inception we used to ask them, motivate them. We are conducting a lot of counseling session exclusively for this NPTEL. Our SPOC is doing a very good job. But what they are doing, students used to register, even by we are continuously pursuing them, then they are submitting their assignment as well. But at the time of examination, these people are not coming forward. So how to retain, that is the question. So these are my certain observation which I would like to float to all of you. Kindly do this exercise. I am really happy to see that some of our participant, he has suggested that you are supposed to visit this. It should be. That is my observation. Because what is happening, we used to do this exercise, making a lot of counseling them. But boys and girls, perhaps they will be more attracted in case if somebody from the IIT side will come and deliver the things. That is my observation. So in case if you feel appropriate, then you just think which you were doing earlier, as I came to know. And second thing is that in case if you can give some concession, special concession for fees to a person, because my Udaipur seems to be of a lake city and it is on the international map of a tourist. But as such, this is a tribal dominated area. Unfortunate part is there, 99% of students are coming from a tribal area in our institute. And they are really hand to mouth as far as the fees is concerned. In case if you give a special packages to the weaker section, because they are getting admission on the ground of a weaker section itself, then how we can ask them to submit a fees, although the fee seems to be of a lower side if we are seeing from general people, but for a weaker section people we can think of. These are certain my observation which I have floated, and I would appreciate in case you will give a something related how to solve this problem. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
A few of our awardees have just joined us. So we are going to felicitate them. Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, they are double A, and the category they have got in arts and science is inside top 100. Professor Abhishek Sharma from Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya. In single A, we have Manav Rachna University Faridabad, Professor Manpreet Kaur. They are single A rated college. Next in the aspirant, we have Sagar Institute of Science, Technology and Research, Madhya Pradesh, Professor Chandra Kumar. Next, we have Sagar Institute of Science and Technology. They are also aspirant, Professor Ashish Kumar Singhal. Acropolis आ गया? Acropolis क्या है? तुमको दिख क्यों नहीं रहा यहाँ पे? Announce करने के लिए? Next, in double A category, we have Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research, Professor Praveen Bhanodia. Because of the trains getting late, we actually missed these people. If somebody else has missed their award, then please do my team know. We'll help you out with this. I think now it's sorted. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You all must have received the schedule for today. We are going to have 3 breakout sessions which will be running in parallel from 12:30 to 1:30. After a tea break, now we are going to assemble in the foyer area for the tea break, and after which our team will take you to L10, 11 and 12. We have 3 breakout sessions, one with Professor T. Ravichandran sir, next with Professor Shalab, and the third one with Professor Satyadev. So I would request you all to stay outside in the foyer area after the tea. Our team will take you to all 3 lecture halls.
So basically this time what we were thinking is, along with the SPOC felicitation ceremony, we wanted you to, so these courses, particularly Professor Ravichandran's course on communications, Professor Satyadev's course on programming, and Professor Shalab's course on foundations of R. These courses are extremely popular, and I thought that it will be a nice opportunity for all of you to interact physically with them as well. So all the 3 sessions will be happening parallelly. You can choose the session that you would like to join in, right? So please join us for the tea, and then we'll take you there.